All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Game 1 of the EU Tournament Finals here for the April to May 2017 season of Learning Fives. I'm joined here by Can Opener Dude. My name is Nibiria. The two teams here are the Goldendoodle gang on the blue team and Team INT on the red. Can, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I don't know how I made it to Europe, but here I am. And I'm ready to cast some League of Legends. Yes, I'm very excited to see how these teams stack up. We do have the best Nasus EU West in this game, so it's gonna be fun times.
Yeah, hopefully he lives up to his namesake.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't play Nasus, then that would obviously be a problem.
Yeah. Well, the Renekton ban is coming through, which means his number one rival has already been taken out. So, setting up for a good position. Lore-wise, I don't know about the matchup.
Yeah,
but...
it's interesting bans here. We got Renekton and Gangplank, which are both, top lane, heavy, carry-type top laners. And then we get the Ivern, which is a very supportive jungler. So, pretty interesting bans coming out. I would be surprised if we don't see at least one ban targeting the bot lane. Simply because if we're banning out Ivern, then you want to make sure that some of the strong bot laners, like Caitlyn, are banned out as well, because you won't have that extra shielding available for you in team fights. And the extra redemption, of course.
Yeah. The just touching on the Gangplank ban briefly, Ship played it a lot to great effect last time he was in the tournament finals, so it looks like the entirety of the Goldendoodle gang has seen the VODs and said, we don't want to deal with that, ban it out.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. We do see the Ahri ban coming out, most likely keeping that away from CDN. Ahri, obviously, one of the top tier mid laners since she was released, and most likely the kind of champion you want to keep away from a mid laner in any sort of situation. I'm interested to see what this mid lane matchup looks like, though, because this is Europe, so we definitely do have the best mid laners of any region on average in this region. So
that's the rule.
Sure. That is the rule. You get your top laners from North America, and you get everyone else from Korea, but you get your mid laners from Europe. So I'm excited to see how that advances. We also see Ashe being banned out and Nasus being hovered for best Nasus.
I'm shocked. Shocked, I say.
Yes, I don't know. It's utterly surprising. I do like the Ashe ban though as well. It looks like they're trying to keep as much of a bully lane out of the bot lane as possible. Looks like we will probably be seeing, if I had to guess, it's possible we see Xayah and Rakan. But aside from them, we'll probably be going to a Varus and possibly Kog'Maw, maybe Jhin, though I doubt Jhin. But we do see the Lulu pickup, which would lend credence to a late game scaling ADC like Kog'Maw.
Yeah, and I think that's the correct way to go, because hovering the Nasus, we were joking about best Nasus playing Nasus, but the thing is, no one's going to contest that pick. It hasn't been banned out, so you should never first pick it, because if the other top laner picks it up and you're a Nasus one-trick pony, you know how to shut him down.
Yeah, obviously. So you don't need to contest that pick, but the Lulu definitely is a contested pick. It's one of the best supports in the game right now. Absolutely great utility, always top tier, so very, very good of them to lock that pick down. Akali and Amumu, both of these picks are things we don't normally see. The Nami somewhat more common, but this Amumu pick is a bit interesting. Amumu has quite a bit of utility, and with his new passive, he does quite a lot of damage with it now, dealing true damage as opposed to magic damage, which it was.
Is that the version we're on? I know they went through like 3 iterations.
Yeah, and now whenever he auto-attacks, his magic damage does additional true damage bleed, is I think how they worded it.
Okay. Because initially it was just like a magic damage, or it was magic, it used to be magic resist reduction, and then it was magic amplification, and now I think it's magic true damage.
Yeah. When you auto attack, then you do a magic damage attack. Part of it gets done as true damage, which is nice. I don't necessarily feel it's enough to make a Moo top tier, but certainly enough to warrant a pick, especially going into a very supportive comp, because true damage does very, very well against comps that have lots of shields.
Yeah.
And of course, Nami. There's Nami.
Hoping we'll see something. I was going to say
Apparently,
something
we
interesting.
forgot to say.
Interesting that certainly is.
Yeah. We forgot to say that they are doing placeholders, mostly because they forgot to tell us they were doing placeholders. So maybe these aren't actually the picks.
Excellent.
Yeah, that would have been a good thing to pass along, players. You should probably tell us those things before you do it.
It is generally helpful, as a rule.
So maybe that Zerath is actually a maybe it's actually an Aatrox. Maybe that Lee Sin is actually a I don't know, Ezreal.
Oh, dude, Ezreal jungle. Don't tempt me. That'd be amazing. My buddy actually played it the other game, and we stomped with it. It was amazing.
Yeah, I played Xayah jungle the other day, and I was playing against Lee Sin, and he did not invade me at all, and I was kind of sad and kind of angry at the same time, because I'm like, come on, I'm literally giving you a free jungle.
Yeah,
but
come on, man.
She actually has very healthy clears, so I wouldn't necessarily say it's something I would expect to see, but it's definitely some kind of a pocket pick that you can pull out if you want to cheese the heck out of someone.
Yeah.
And also, Lissandra and Misfortune picked up. We're going to have to assume that these picks are what they are, because we don't know whether these are... we don't know.
We saw this twice last night, this combo.
Yeah, okay. Lissandra, very, very strong as a control mage. She's gotten some buffs recently, which made her slightly stronger. And overall, she just has a tremendous amount of control in team fights if played well. And when dealing with a particularly mobile team comp, it can be very, very helpful. And when dealing with an immobile team comp, it can be absolutely devastating. So I imagine a Xerath-Lissandra matchup will be very, very interesting to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, a lot of team fight lockdown coming out on the side of Team INT. You have the Amumu, you have the Lissandra, you have the Misfortune, so a lot of Wombo potential. Orianna and Swain, okay, these are, at least one of these is definitely a placeholder, but we don't know what for.
Yeah, I mean, they could go Swain top lane and Orianna ADC, but
I have a feeling that's not what they're going to go for.
Again, this probably would have been a good thing to let your casters know beforehand, so we're not just sitting here like,
Clearly. All right, well, let's theory craft a little. How would a Swain Orianna bot lane go with Lulu top?
Okay, Swain Orianna, the purpose of that lane is to control the zone. It's a kill lane, obviously, but both of those champions have tremendous amount of zone control in Never Move, in Beatrice, in the command Dissonance, and the ball in and of itself. So that kind of lane would be all about exerting pressure, zoning out your opponent so that you can continue to farm, and then once you hit that level 6 power spike, because holy crap, then you would basically just go ham.
Yeah. So, well, we're getting back into Champion Select again here, so we're going to find out what those picks are, so I guess we just pretend we're loading in right now. So enjoy the rest of the music, and then we'll be back in about a minute. Alrighty, hello everybody, we're back in Champion Select. There was a little bit of confusion, and now Ash is somehow here despite being banned, so we're just going to do a quick rundown of the comp so far. We have Swain in the top lane, Lee Sin jungle, Orianna mid, Ash AD carry, Lulu bot for TGG, and for Team INT we have Darius, Amumu, Syndra, Misfortune, Nami. Alright, Can, let's do some rapid fire analysis. Syndra, very strong. Orianna, strongish.
Yeah, Syndra, not really exactly what I'd expect coming into a comp where you have Lulu in the bot lane. Considering Lulu was first picked, I would have thought INT would realize that Syndra is not going to be nearly as effective, but if they feel that they can burst through those shields, then more power through to them, but I don't think they're going to be able to. That being said, the actual lane matchup between Syndra and Orianna does go slightly in favor of Orianna, assuming equal jungler help, simply because Orianna has a much greater zoning potential than Syndra. However, Syndra has a higher damage potential, so depending on how these two players play their champions, I would give it to the Orianna, but it's very, very easy for the Syndra to come alive in that matchup. Amumu and Lee Sin, both very, very strong junglers, but I believe Amumu has an edge as far as ganking goes, but Lee Sin will certainly do his best, assuming he's playing to the best of his ability, to invade that jungle and basically try and make Amumu's life in that jungle hell. And in the top lane, Darius is basically going up against his hardest matchup possible. So I really don't think Darius is going to enjoy himself going forward in this lane.
Right. Well, we're going to do a quick, 15-second transition to the music, and then we'll be back and continue talking about the champion picks and the team compositions. Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back. We are now in the first game of the EU Tournament Finals for the April-May 2017 season between the Goldendoodle gang on the blue team and Team INT on the red. My name's Nibiria, I'm joined by Cane Opener Dude, and before we actually talk about the game, let's do a team introduction real quick. Best Nasus EU West in the top lane. Haeseoin, I don't know how to pronounce it, in the jungle. Forever Toast in the mid lane. Citizen of Adra on AD carry. DD Roamer on support. And for the red side, Team INT, we have Ship in the top lane. Jeremy in the jungle. CDN in the mid lane. Rookie Jungler on AD carry, ironically. And Cardenos on support. Alright.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what actual diphthong that is. Okay, that's just a dash, so it's jungler. Okay, I just wanted to see what rookie jungler's accent mark was there.
Yeah. It's the accent aigu, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember my French. My 1 year of French.
Yeah, it's not an umlaut. I thought it was an umlaut, which makes it jungler.
Correct.
So here we are in game.
Not that fun to say, I'm sure.
Standard lines of scrimmage, nothing interesting happening, which is boring and unfun. So please just go kill each other. Hurry up. Go do it.
But the bot lane's kind of fun, though. Because you have... So for Team Goldendoodle gang, the Goldendoodle gang, you have very utility CC heavy bot lane. And on the other side, for Team INT, you have just catch someone and blow them up immediately from Misfortune and Nami. So I mean, there's some sustain in there, but the bubble is just really great for catching people out.
Indeed, it's one of the most reliable CC moves that support has. We've got a couple of them, but I really think the bubble is one of the best. Standard jungle starts for the most part, except for the fact that Jeremy is starting on the top lane. I didn't notice that because his bot lane was sitting there. So I was like, oh, he's at his blue buff.
Yeah.
He's not at his blue buff. What the hell is he doing?
No, I have seen this before, though. You start Raptors on a Mumu because he has the great clear with Tantrum, and then you can go red and then immediately go to blue, I believe. Or is it 3 camp and then back is maybe what he's going to try?
Well, he's going to Krugs.
So
you know.
the 3 camp and back it is.
This is pretty interesting here. He's relying on Hejoshin, Hayes Joan? He's relying on Joan to do a standard jungle clear, because if Joan tries any sort of invade onto the blue buff, Amumu is screwed for the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah. Are they pinging him out? Did they see him somehow?
It's
They did just throw a ping down to Jeremy, but there's no way they'd know that he's there. Oh, CDN getting ganked in the mid lane, having to blow Flash. That was really close.
Yeah, that was very, very close. A very good gank here. If Joan actually goes for the blue buff here, he will be able to take it away from Jeremy.
We'll have to see what he's going to try and do. He is going to go for it, but maybe Jeremy will see it coming, and that might be why he did that path, though.
I'm excited to see how this turns out. I don't think Cardonos and Rookie Jungler will be able to assist too much here. He's just backing off. Ah, come on. Come on, Joe, and you have the mana and the health, or you have the resource and the health advantage. You can do this.
Yeah. Well, I think... Okay, so let's think about this pathing from Jeremy, because I love weird jungle paths. So his thought was they're going to think I'm going to do blue, and then immediately invade my red after Lee Sin clears blue. I'm not going to let that happen, and I'm going to take my entire topside jungle. By the time they figure it out, this is what happened now. By the time that the Goldendoodle gang figured it out, Jeremy was already on his way to his blue buff with full health and mana. So you no longer have that situation where Amumu gets low on mana during his clear and low on health because he didn't have sustain, and then he just dies. Now you have a full health, full mana Amumu, which isn't as easy to kill. Bubble going down on Citizen of Adra. Jeremy's just standing there.
U.S. ladies and gentlemen.
Servers! That is mighty unfortunate. Especially because now he's just... I mean, now he revealed his position on the map and couldn't move, so he's just kind of hosed for the time being.
So now that means that Joan has the ability to clear any of the jungle camps that have respawned on the top side there. So really, really bad decision by Jeremy there.
And he's
really
doing so. He just
was
about to finish taking Raptors.
Yeah.
So the heavy invade coming out from the Lee Sin, as you suspected. Very, very well decisioned by TGG's jungler. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it because I know I'll butcher it by trying to anglicize it.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll just go with Joe.
Joan, something like that.
Few trades going down in the bot lane. Both supports are low on mana here, though. So probably just going to be a bit of farming going down.
Being low on mana actually does favor the Nami. Her ability costs are slightly lower than Lulu's are overall, especially with how you would max your abilities. That and Cardonos does have slightly more mana than Lulu will. So this does slightly favor Rookie Jungler and Cardonos' lane. However, Lulu does have the advantage of having the auto attack passive from Pix, which will allow him a bit more utility while out of mana.
Cardonos does have more potions, though, but considering your Nami, you're not going to need them very much for health. But only 15 mana, I believe, from Biscuits. Oh! Jeremy getting hit by the Sonic Wave. He's going to have to flash over the wall.
What is
that was a great prediction.
Psychic abilities here?
Joe MVP.
I'm on the cusp of saying he's somehow ghosting because this is getting kind of ridiculous.
Ghosting 30 seconds into the future.
I don't know. Like this is getting kind of creepy. All right. Apparently we have a bit of lag going out for Jeremy here, which makes sense.
Unsurprising.
Yeah, unsurprising.
We already saw the effects of that a little bit, but now that we have the time to talk about it, Jeremy actually surprisingly is higher level than Joe.
He did clear the Krugs early and then just cleared them again, which means he will get a massive amount of experience and gold from both of those. We can see he is about even in gold despite being 10 or 11 CS up on Joe here. So it's a bit of a strange situation overall, but the level advantage is definitely coming from those Krugs.
I mean, well, especially because he got half of his camp stolen. The fact that he's up in levels after getting a camp stolen and he hasn't counter jungled, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, that is very, very good for him. One thing I want to highlight though is that when he did leg out in the bot lane, he will have soaked up at least 3 or 4 lane minions worth of experience as well.
The lag strat's coming in huge.
Let me actually take a look at him. He is he's about a quarter of the way past level 5, and so is Joe now too.
Oh,
so
a little scrapping going on the top lane. Ultimate coming out from Ship. Nasus EUS going to be the first one to die. First blood going down.
See, you should have played Nasus. I told you.
Absolutely. Nasus wouldn't have died to that, and he would have been stacking under tower.
Yeah. But, yeah, there's actually not a whole lot of experience differential. It's just we caught them in that pause at the time when Jeremy was level 5 and Joe was not. So now we're getting a bit of the spectator lag now, which is always important. So that's good to hear.
It's important to a healthy game and a healthy dose of salt for the casters.
Oh yes. Let's take a look at the lanes while we're here. Despite or besides the kill in the top lane, farm is relatively even up there. Jungle getting closer. Bot lane almost dead even, and then the mid lane is the only place where there's actually a significant advantage in farm, with Forever Toast having the advantage again, as I said, because of the ball and the ability to zone.
Yeah. Oh,
ooh, Joe's caught
out. Jeremy using the Curse of the Sad Mummy for that, but normally that wouldn't be worth it, but they might be able to take Dragon off this. I don't think they're going for it, though. Is that a mistake?
Yes. Now, one thing to note here is that at that moment, both Rookie Jungler and Cardonos were level 5.
Right.
It's so... At that point, they may have thought, since Citizen of a Draw was already level 6, they may have thought, you know, we don't want to risk having the Ash Arrow come in. Swain is MIA. We don't want to risk him coming in. Forever Toast can rotate down with the Shockwave. So perhaps they were just playing it a little bit carefully, but because Rookie Jungler literally hit level 6 upon re-entering lane, I think they would have been safe to take it away. But mostly just a very, very safe play. Again, it is a Cloud Drake, so not really that something you want to risk too much on.
Well, I know I'm traveling into caster memeage territory, but for a Mumu, it might not be terrible because he's going to have to move around the map a lot. I mean, it's not going to do as much as Moby Boots would, but it's something. How does their move speed match up? We'll see if we can make Cloud Drake look good. That'll be the experiment for the pause.
Oh, you're tempting me. I am.
All right, I got it.
Dragon King.
A Mumu's base movement speed with boots is only 360, where Lee Sin's is 375. So with the... How much percent is the Cloud Drake?
of the 10%? 50%?
With the 10% in the Cloud Drake. That seems strong.
The 7? Is it 7?
7?
I think it might be 7 for the first
Well,
one.
I mean, it's still like 15 move speed. 5% is 15 move speed, so it would be enough. Boom. Cloud Drake is almost worth something.
Yes.
Oh, bubble going down by Cardonos. Bullet time coming out, but Polymorph immediately afterwards, followed by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Cardonos getting incredibly low, gonna have to flash out, but dies anyways. A late heal coming out from Rookie Jungler, who has red buff. I just noticed that.
Red buff?
Oh,
yeah,
Jeremy going for the invade. Jeremy, no! Shockwave going down. The blue buff is taken out. Blue buff, no! Forever Toast does get the blue, though. Blue buff has been avenged by the people in whose house he is sitting.
All works out the way it's supposed to, and now it's 2-2.
Unfortunate turn of events, especially because the gold lead has been reestablished for TGG entirely through... no, it's no longer through mid lane CS. Where's it from? Mid lane kill. Okay.
Mid lane kill. Bit of a CS lead. It's 5, but not a whole lot. Yeah, there's actually a significant gold lead. About 400 in the mid lane, about 100 in the bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
And about 100 in the jungle.
Unfortunately for Rookie Jungler, the sustain, I think, might start going over to the side of Citizen of Adra. Now, normally with a Nami, I wouldn't say that, but since Citizen went for the Cutlass first, you have natural lifesteal now. That doesn't cost mana.
Yeah, that's very, very helpful. And with the way Ashe was changed, actually it was a couple of years ago now, holy crap.
Oh,
so
God.
that she no longer has to activate her Q for the slow, that the slow is on her passive now for Frost Shot.
Mm-hmm.
It gives her so much utility.
Oh, hey Sean, going for the insect, but a good flash from CDN saving him. That was really clean, but it just didn't matter.
Well, at that point, it's pretty much you use it to blow the flash, because he didn't use his flash, he just used a ward hop.
Mm-hmm.
His ultimate's going to be up a lot quicker than that flash is. So overall, very, very well done by Joe there.
I think Toast was initially going to try and go for the shockwave into it, but ball going a little short there. Ooh, Nasus West. Is Ship going to be able to stack up the 5 stacks of Hemorrhage? There it is. There's the Noxian Rage, I believe. Noxian Guillotine coming out, but not going to be enough to kill him.
Yeah, there's a lot of healing
Noxian
that comes out from the Ravenous Flock.
Should
So,
Ship go for an Executioner's Calling? I think the answer is yes, but...
Noxian Might. That is the name of the passive buff that Darius gets when you stack up Hemorrhage. Noxian Might.
We've done it. We've ascertained the ability name. Oh! Unfortunate Scrying Plant. Well, not for Team Int. That was very fortunate for them.
Yeah.
What is Jeremy building here?
It's,
Righteous Glory?
Rod of Ages.
Rod of... Roa Mumu, I'm ready.
Could be Hextech Protobell?
That sounds reasonable.
No, wait, no. Hextech Protobell builds out of the other thing. Could be, the other one. Hextech Glip.
Yeah. Roa Mini. It's possible.
Probably.
Or it could just be a casual... Oh! Or Frozen Heart Cinderhulk. With a suboptimal build path.
Could also be Iceborne Gauntlet, as well as Cinderhulk, because with Amumu's passive now dealing true damage, you have an excuse to auto-attack.
Yeah. Amumu getting spot out by the plethora of wards in that river. TGG really not wanting to give up the vision game. If you look at their ward line right now, they can see pretty much everything in the river.
Yeah, they have a very effective vision line. The only thing that INT really has control of is this mid lane area, which isn't going to really help them all that much.
Right. I mean, it helps CDN not get ganked, but beyond that.
Yeah, and we've seen he's had his flash blown twice now, and...
Oh, Jeremy coming in. Maybe Flash Curse of the Sad Nami. Yup, going down to the Citizen of Adra. Bullet Time coming out. Tidal Wave from Nami as well. Citizen of Adra survived, though. This isn't good. Teleport coming in from Best Nasus EUS, but Ship is going to answer with a teleport of his own. Jeremy having to run away here, getting a little bit low, but not low enough. And nothing's going to come of that fight except 2 blown TPs, a blown exhaust, blown flash heal. CDN going down. Joe in the mid lane. Looks like it was a very successful gank. Not for his health bar, but...
Well, actually, that gank was a little bit interesting. What happened there is that they shockwaved at the same time they Dragon Raged, so the 2 CCs kind of canceled each other out and just had CDM just kind of stand there in one spot.
Huh.
So a bit of an unfortunate gank there.
Good bubble from Cardenos to stop that. Bit of a 2-part map play going down.
Yeah, they would have not have needed to use Joe's flash had that CC not canceled each other out, I do not think. But they did burn the barrier for CDN as well, and pick up the kill, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
Forever Toast now 2-0. He is almost 1,000 gold up on his opponent. This is exactly what you want to happen when you're playing against the Syndra.
Yeah, and this is pretty bad news for Team INT so far, because that Orianna in teamfights is going to do a massive chunk of damage. With the lockdown from Swain, Lulu, I mean, it's hard to call it knockdown, but Ashe as well, with Enchanted Crystal Arrow, Volley, and Frost Shot. There's going to be a lot of ways that Forever Toast can just walk up and dish out some AoE damage. Uh-oh. Ship getting 1v2'd in the top lane. Gonna get the outer part of the Decimate onto 1. Jeremy coming in to answer. Ship getting the heal or shield from Courage of the Colossus, but a good Dragon's Rage. Oh, Noxian Guillotine's gonna take out Joe, and Nasus EUS might be following. Flash in, trying to get the Decimate, misses the outer edge. Noxian Guillotine going down, but Ship's gonna die to the tower. No! Don't let that happen!
A little greedy.
That was a little bit of the greed there.
Yep. Don't think Drummer knows he's on a ward here.
They should have just left that. That would have been great.
Whew. That was a fun gank in the top lane. What I was going to say, actually, though, is that both Joe and Best Nasus EU West here, they're both excellent ball delivery services, because Nasus is going to want to be in the middle of the fight as Swain. Nasus is Swain. Is going to want to be in the middle of the fight. So it's excellent to just put the ball on him, let him run in, and then Shockwave. Joe, of course, he can Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike in and do some fun stuff as well. So either way.
Oh, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow going on to Cardenos. The dive coming in from Joe. Getting that with the second half of the Sonic Wave.
Yeah. However, INT did pick up the first tower gold on the top side of the map, so little bit of a help there, but they are still 1,000 gold behind at 16 minutes, 5-3 in favor of the Goldendoodle game.
Yeah, and there's another tower, so this lead is just going to balloon. They might even be able to get Dragon off of this. They're rotating mid, which I don't think is the correct play. The mid outer is already down. You should rotate onto Dragon at this point.
They may be feinting onto the mid lane in order to deflect attention from Dragon, because we see that they actually are starting Dragon despite the fact that Forever Toast went to that mid lane. So a good feint there, actually. Yeah. Able to get 2 people onto that Dragon.
And they do get it. It's just odd way to go about it, I suppose, but it seemed like Team INT thought that Dragon was a foregone conclusion anyways and didn't even try to look at it. So.
Yeah. Excuse me. Anyway, it's now 3 turrets to 1, about 2,000 gold lead now for the favor of Team Goldendoodle. Their doodle is getting quite golden.
Absolutely. It is the most golden doodle.
Yeah, it is not a Frankendoodle at all. It is a golden doodle.
I'm excited by one of these item pickups here. Ashe got Berserker Greaves. This is a rare item from a foregone era where we used to build boots that aren't Ninja Tabby on AD carries. This gives attack speed, which is a stat usually underutilized by this position, in favor of armor.
Yeah, It's funny, I never even really thought about it because I'm just like, yeah, the attack speed's fun whenever I'm playing. But yeah, the Ninja Tabi on ADC has become the norm, which I think is the most idiotic decision that Riot has made, and that's including the Karma rework. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's reasonable to go for both, I feel, but it's been so long since I've seen Berserker Greaves, which it makes sense to some degree. And I think at least for Citizen of Adra, Tabi isn't as good as it would normally be against the heavier auto-attacking AD carry. Now, I'm presuming that Rookie Jungler is going to go full lethality build, which is probably going to be the case. And Channel Crusader going a little bit wide there. But as opposed to if you were against someone who auto-attacks a lot, 12%, going to do a lot more than if you get auto-attacked once and then queued and die. Or worse, bullet time, because it's only, what, 25 armor, I think?
Yeah.
So it's notable, but not significant enough to save you 100% of the time. Whereas attack speed, especially on this Ashe build, is pretty nice.
Yeah, I think that the Zerks were the correct decision here for Adra. Oh, there's a ward. And they're just going to ignore it.
Oh, Cardino's not going to get caught out there. DD looping back around to try and get the ward, but the ward outplayed him by disappearing after the second auto.
Yep.
Oh,
Outplayed.
Adra in a rough position there, but doesn't look like it's going to get caught out.
Able to dodge the stun very, very well sidestepped, though CDN didn't exactly place it very well.
Yeah. A little bit of odd placement there. Gold lead is pretty close. It's only 2k by 20 minutes. So that's, 1/15 of the total gold for each team.
Yeah, not a whole lot of a gold lead, despite the fact that this game has been somewhat of a, I would say somewhat of a bloodbath, despite there being only 8 kills. They've been very, very vicious kills, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of very flashy abilities being used, especially in the bot lane.
Ship finally picking up the Executioner's Calling. That probably would have been more useful in lane, but it'll be useful nonetheless outside of it.
A minion, Rift Herald, has slain the Rift Herald. I just noticed that's what it says. That's pretty cool.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Yeah, when the Rift Herald disappears without being killed by someone, it says, a minion, Rift Herald, has killed the Rift Herald.
Oh, poor Rift Herald. Oh, and Channel Crusader getting caught out on the Cardinals. That's a lot of ultimate. Shockwave going down onto CDN. CDN popping barrier, flashing out, but still gets taken out. Jeremy gets a 2-man Curse of the Sad Mummy. Joe gonna get taken out here by the Noxian Guillotine, and Ship is coming in with the second one. Can he get the 3? Does he have Apprehend? He doesn't, but he catches him on the outer edge of Decimate, and he gets the triple. Woo! And that is an ace for 1. On the side of Team INT. Just when everything looked to not be going their way, they turned it around with a great team fight. And the 1k gold lead is now in their favor.
I was going to talk about the fact that Ship actually bought Triforce on Darius here, and I was going to be like, I feel like Black Cleaver may have been a better first buy, but then he goes out and does that, so I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I can no longer criticize it. I was like, oh, alright. I guess that's why. Because I was thinking that too. As soon as I saw the stinger, I was like, huh? But clearly it works. So we can perhaps criticize it later, but for now we're going to have to leave it.
Yeah, and suddenly everything's much, much closer, but it is a 2,000 gold lead in
the 22-minute Baron. Did they not watch the series yesterday where someone threw with that exact strat?
Did they not watch any of Dignitas's games?
Yeah.
Ever?
No. They snuck the Baron last time. But it gets caught this time. No one's there to stop it in time. CDN trying to come in. Tidal Wave going to go out. Stun going down. They can't. Ashe got it? Oh, man. There was a chance for a Baron steal there. But that's the 22-minute snuck Baron. Apparently the staple of the Learning Fives from both sides of the pond. Just sneak the Baron. When in doubt.
When in doubt, sneak the Baron. Whew. Also, I want to point out there, Cardonos did not die in that team fight, despite having 3 ultimates burned right on top of him.
Yeah.
Plus the Nasus, I mean, not the Nasus, the Swain as Nasus as Swain ultimate being burned or used as well. So, you know, good job. Good job, Cardonos.
Yeah. TGG going to rotate onto Cloud Drake, making it actually kind of useful with Baron buff.
Yeah. Now they can rotate to each individual lane while they pick up a second dragon, which I believe is also Cloud. Is it? Yes.
Yep, there we go.
I was too lazy to touch my mouse, so I just kind of.
All right, what's the third one going to be? Oh boy, a third Cloud.
It's going to be so friggin' fast.
Variety. They're just going to be speedy as heck.
Oh, I'm looking at it now. It's 25 movement speed for 1 Cloud Drake, 50 for 2, and 75 for 3.
Oh, so it's just flat now.
Yeah, it's flat out of combat movement.
Oh, Enchanted Crusader going down on the Cardinals. Goodbye. Bullet time going down onto 1. Forever Toast getting hit with it, using the Blast Plant to get out of it. Although, probably wasn't necessary. But it's fun, so why not?
Yeah, those Cloud Drakes, I'm just thinking about it. That's actually fairly decent once you manage to pick up 2 and then into 3. That's a lot of movement speed, especially for
the insect from Joe again. CDN going down, Shockwave blown onto none because CDN had already died, but that's a pick.
And that's exactly what I was talking about in laning phase here, is that there's a CDN cannot burst through the combination of a Lulu shield.
Uh-oh. Ship getting exhausted up now. Gonna try and go for the team fight win, maybe. Nope, just looking to disengage there. I think he might have been able to kill some of them.
Yeah, that was a little weird there, but as I was saying, the combination of the Orianna shield, the Lulu ultimate, and the Lee Sin shield plus a redemption, there's no way a 0, 3, and 3 Syndra is going to be able to burst through that. So this Syndra pick was entirely dependent upon CDN winning his lane, and he has not, which means that now he is nothing more than a stun bot.
Hopefully an effective stun bot.
Well, we saw what he did in the mid lane versus Citizen of
Yeah,
Majara
that was a little rough. Now, is it still possible? I know they had initially changed that, but I don't know if there's been a change since, where you can do alt stun. Does that still work?
Technically.
I mean, it used to be you just alt and then use stun, and you'd have a giant wall of stun.
Yeah, I mean, it does put balls on the ground, so you will have a wall of stun, so that is possible. May not be as useful as it once was, but that is still something that can happen.
So maybe that'll be a potential adaptation. I don't think it should be, because that'd be a terrible waste of unleashed power, but you know what? Oh, Jerry in the backline forcing Citizen to flash. He gets a 5-man curse of the Sand Mummy, followed up with a bullet time and a shockwave going down on multiple. But Ship is going mad in the backline. Rookie jungler barely surviving. Cardanos as well, getting incredibly low, but Nasus is stuck here fighting Jeremy, and I think Jeremy's going to win this one. It's almost another ace. No, Cardanos and Rookie, what are you doing? Don't get near him. Rookie, take him out. Jeremy, do it, someone. Finally, the Swain goes down, and Forever Toast is the only one left on TGG. Another team fight won handily by Team INT.
Yeah, that was just massively well done there. Jeremy being able to come in from the side, he is their reliable engage. And if that Curse the Sad Mummy hits 4 or 5 members like it did right there, it is absolutely over, no questions asked. Because the wombo combo of that plus bullet time plus unleashed power plus the fact that Ship is just here being a 5-in-1 Darius, you're not getting out of that. And then of course the Nami wave as well. It's not happening.
Oh, Jeremy, no, be careful. Enchanted Crusader going down onto him. Joe might try for the insect here. He's gonna get it, but that means Citizen of Ajra was stuck. He uses the bandage toss to get back to Joe, and it looks like Ship is just running away from his teammate. Which was the right play, but it looks bad in the moment.
Yeah. He is Darius, though. He only...
Uh-oh. Ship, get out. Oh! Just in time.
Darius only favors the strong. Obviously,
exactly.
Jeremy in that instance was not strong.
Is it going to be a Randuin's coming out from Darius?
10 assists on the baby Faker, but Forever Toast only has 4 assists. I don't understand what chat's talking about.
Oh, getting the upper hand onto Joe. Just getting a little poke damage, I guess I'll call it. And they're just... TGG is just turning around and taking the entirety of Team Int's jungle here.
Yeah, this is very, very good by TGG. I've noticed that in all of the fights, the 2 specific ones I'm talking about are those 2 almost aces. The second one being an almost and the first one being that ace. Mm-hmm. They're able to come back from these team fights pretty rapidly. Like, they were able to take the 22-minute Baron, and now they were able to clear out a jungle and maintain, if only 1,000 gold lead, they're able to maintain that and continue to push out lanes. So they're not allowing these team fights to tilt them or push them back very far. They've still only lost, 3 towers now at this point. So they're still very, very strongly in this game, despite losing 2 massive team fights like that.
Well, I mean, with the timing of the team fights, too. I mean, they were devastating losses, but they were not near any objectives. The only thing that Team Int could do was take down, like, a tower or 2. And while that is nice, it's a great thing to do. The problem with just taking a tower is you can't turn it into anything else. If you can take a Baron, you can turn that into multiple towers by split pushing. If you take a Dragon, you're setting yourself up better for the late game. Or in this case, you're setting yourself up to run faster into the late game. But now, Baron and Dragon just both spawned.
Yeah, this is important. Now, Int is going to be looking to clear out the vision on this Baron side. If Goldendoodle wanted to, they could most likely rush down the Cloud Drake, the third one, get the movement speed, and speed up to Baron. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think as a 4-man squad, Int has enough damage to rush down the Baron before Goldendoodle can get the Dragon. Especially
not with a misfortune.
Yeah. They really don't have sustained damage the way that...
Oh, but a pick on a Citizen! That might be the turning point. And now that's just a free Baron. Oh, yeah, but maybe it's not free. This is a great play by TGG. They're going straight down the mid lane to try and take the inhib tower.
Yeah, and this Baron's going to be very, very slow on the kill here because they're only devoting 3 members to it. Cardono's obviously not a whole lot of damage, but he's not even helping. Now he's helping. They will be able to pick up the inhibitor for this, and nowadays Baron is not worth an inhibitor. It used to be a fairly decent trade, even if it was a bit of a... discussion, but nowadays you do not trade an inhibitor for Baron because Baron does not have the snowballing pressure that it used to have. Because now it's only tower pushing as opposed to AP and AD as well. And now TGG also gets that third Cloud Drake. So they have the movement speed to rotate around the map and respond to any Baron pushes anywhere.
And in addition to that, the next time there's an objective fight, if they get stuck with Dragon and don't want to contest Baron, it's pretty big for them. A free Dragon Elder Drake?
Yeah, it's very, very strong. No, there will not be another Drake. Okay. It's very, very good. TGG again showing their ability to bounce back from losing things.
Yeah, absolutely. And this game is still pretty much dead even. Like, the gold lead is in favor of Team Int, but it's 1k. I think TGG is technically still winning this one. It's 6 towers to 4. They're down 1k gold, but they have all 3 of the dragons. So,
and a downed inhibitor.
Yeah.
It's a very, very strong position they're in now. They can wait out the Baron. They don't have to really do much here. They can wait it out and then push. This is the start of what looks like an interesting team fight if someone gets caught here. Jeremy's going to try and go off to the side here. He's looking to find one of those picks, but he does get spotted out.
Clears out the ward. Just kind of A-ramming at this point. I hate this point in the game because it happens so often. For Team Int, they should send Ship to the top lane right now once he gets bot lane pushing. Because that wave is going to crash into tower, and if they have a team fight happening, You need
They
to
don't want
have
that.
the minions not knocking at your bottom door. And
Yeah,
Ship's TP is going to be up in a few seconds. So if he just goes top now, clears out the wave, and then he can TP into the fight, they might be able to get wave advantage, if nothing else.
They're setting up a murder wall here, but no one's going to fall for it.
No, it doesn't look like it. But what are they doing right now for both of these teams? It looks to me like they're just wasting time. Is that a fair assessment, or?
Yeah, that is a very, very fair assessment. This is fine for TGG because they have no objectives on the map to really take here at the moment. That top tower is there, but it's very, very risky to head towards it with how strong Ship is right now. But on the side of INT, they're actively losing their Baron time off of just pushing these lanes out to basically middle of the map and then stopping. They're not forcing anything.
Ship getting slowed out a little bit. He's very bulky, but we don't really know how much damage he does now because we haven't seen him in a fight recently, but when he last scrapped with Nasus in the bot lane, he did a fair chunk of damage. Uh-oh. Nope. Audra's going to make it back. Just a lot of maneuvering over the map for what seems like nothing.
Yeah, this is exactly playing into the Goldendoodle's plans here, simply because they're on the back foot of an objective right now. Once this Baron is gone, they can feel free to do whatever they want. Because of the fact that INT is not pushing their advantage in any way, shape, or form is a terrible, terrible decision for them.
Yeah. Well, and they should be doing at the very least a 1-3-1 at this point. At the very least, or at least before Baron falls off of them, because what are you accomplishing right now with this? You're clearing out some wards, and then they're being replaced. You're clearing out the same wards again when they get replaced. Oh, Chancro going wide. But you're just clearing everything out, getting it replaced, clearing it back out. You're not getting any advantages for your team. And if you're not managing the side waves properly enough so that they have to respond and you can get some pressure on the mid off of that, you're not doing anything. You're just kind of sitting there to wait for the other team to scale up. And does TGG scale better? I feel like they do, because Darius is not going to get a whole lot more damage.
Yeah, like, obviously CDN is going to have a fair bit of damage, but because he doesn't have that damage yet, he's at 3 items now, but everyone else is at 3 items or possibly 4. So he doesn't have that kind of damage that he needs to burst someone down. The only real person he could burst down at this point is a Citizen of a Draw, and even that, he's got a QSS, he could probably get out of it.
Yeah.
So CDN will scale, but I don't think he'll scale enough. Rookie Jungler is going to fall off.
Oh, a flash! Curse of the Sad Mummy on the 3. Bullet time going out on the 4. DD Roamer's the first one to fall. Nasus US is here in the backline of the enemy team. Shockwave going down onto Ship. Ship gets the Curse of the Colossus shield. Nasus went into Zonia's, but he's going to be taken out. Joan, the first one to go down to the Nox. He gets in. Second one is going to go down. Forever Toast. The third one! Triple kill! Oh, Ship getting the ace for his team. Team INT getting their second ace of the game and their third consecutive successful team fight. They were stalling and doing nothing for so long, but then they just win. That's what they needed.
That is the win. There's nothing.
There we go.
There's nothing Doodle can do here. This is straight up game over off of that one team fight. They had it for so long, Doodle did, but they let Jeremy pass their ward line. There's no way they shouldn't have been able to see him coming in on that. And that's the only way they lose the team fight, is if Jeremy gets that ultimate off. And he did. 3 times in a row, he gets a perfect ult off and wins the team fight single-handedly for his team off of that. So it's just absolute throwing away of the game by the side of Doodle here. There's no reason they should be getting caught from that 3 times in a row.
Yeah, at first
is this the best of 3?
Yeah, I was kind of questioning the Amumu pick at first, but then Jeremy just showed this incredible ability to find the path that he needed to take to get into the enemy team by surprise. And then rookie jungler every single time was there to bullet time afterwards. So great first game from Team INT. TGG having a good showing as well, but unfortunately the team fights were just the sticking point for them, and they lost off of that. But we're going to take a break in between the first two games here. Hope you stick around. We'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes with the next one. Alright, hello everybody and welcome to Champion Select for Game 2 of the EUS Finals for the tournament of April-May 2017 Learning 5 season. On the blue side we have Team INT this time, and on the red side we have the Goldendoodle gang. I'm Nibirius still, and I'm still joined, hopefully, by Can Opener Dude.
I'm here. I'm alive. Hello.
Excellent. No one has died during the break, except many people's internets in the intervening time. Renekton and Gangplank bans coming out again. I'm not sure what the Renekton ban is for.
They Renekton. That I really can't give you any insight into that. Also, they're banning Ashe. I don't know if they're actually banning Ashe or if they're still using the goddamn placeholders because they haven't told us anything again.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna ask them real quick and move my chat.
Yeah, you do that. Because it would make sense for them to ban the Ashe here, simply because a draw did so well on it. But I really don't know if they actually are banning it or not. However, the Darius ban, I do believe, is intended because Ship did amazingly on that. And, you know.
Yeah, it went pretty well for them. There are going to be placeholders again, so we're going to have to guess which ones are placeholders and which ones aren't.
Yes.
So we'll try and keep it informed. The Lulu ban makes sense. I don't think that's a placeholder. I don't know about the Ashe ban. Don't feel like it was ban necessary. Well, it did get a few picks with Enchanted Crystal Arrow. So maybe that's an actual ban. Darius and Gangplank, of course, makes sense.
I mean, everyone on the side of the Goldendoodle Club gang people, they were doing very well that game. Despite the fact that they did lose, they were playing very decently. Hello, Teemo.
I hope that's not a placeholder.
I hope it isn't too.
I would love to cast a Teemo. Can you imagine trying to be hyped about a Teemo play? And he auto-attacks again!
The blind!
He hit W and got more move speed.
He's just constantly, oh, he stepped on another shroom. Oh, he's getting lower. Ah!
The mechanics.
To be fair, there are a few interesting things you can do with Teemo, especially now since once you're invisible in a bush, you're invisible as you walk through that bush, and you can do some pretty interesting jukes and shit. So I'm excited to see if that comes out. Caitlyn Nami, pretty strong bot lane. They're stealing away Cardonos' Nami here, so we'll have to see whether the so-called savior can pull out another support pick and still play well.
We'll see. Teemo is a placeholder for something. It would seem.
Possibly.
Not sure what. We're going to find out.
Ivern would be interesting. Does not have the pick potential that Amumu does, but it would certainly allow Jeremy to be a much more supportive jungler for his team and allow him to make his
Teemo is Ivern.
Nigh unkillable. Teemo is Ivern. Okay. It's a good pick. Honestly, I think Jeremy will do very good with that. Lissandra.
Is it a placeholder for Syndra?
Syndra.
No, because it's Orianna, so that's the pick, I think.
Okay.
Then the Thresh, I'm going to guess, is also a lock-on.
Cardonos on Thresh will be interesting, assuming that he lives up to what chat is spewing about him. So yeah, I'm very interested to see.
Hopefully he lives up to the hype. So, this doesn't tell us a whole lot about their composition, honestly, at this point. It tells us that they want to do things. Possibly in team fights.
They want to do shieldy things for the most part. Is this possible? This is when casters don't know what's going on.
I don't know if Zera's a placeholder. Because it was last game. But it was also actually banned last game.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So it might be a pick. I don't think the Lee Sin's a placeholder.
Yeah, Joan did very good with that Lee Sin, so I imagine he'll stay on to that. This Warwick, however, would, if they do end up picking Warwick, that would be interesting considering Teemo is a placeholder for Ivern. It would mean the top Warwick.
I mean, Skara thinks it's amazing, so...
Skara hasn't been relevant for 6 years.
Come on, man. He does things.
He does things and occasionally stuff.
You know,
No, I'm kidding.
content.
I love Scar. Don't kill me, Scar. I love you. No. It's possible. Again, I really think that the only problem I have with Warwick Top is that it kind of invalidates his W. Because the point of that W is being able to roam and being able to get things. So in that instance, I feel like Warwick mid would be the better choice. However, his Q, when you hold it down and follow onto someone who's teleporting, you do follow them the whole way across the map.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting.
Wait, the whole way? I didn't know that. All right.
Oh, yes, the whole way. Wherever they're teleporting, though,
That's
too,
a thing.
you end up there, too. And I remember talking to, I believe it was either Skarazard before he left, or one of the other riders, and I was talking to them about it, and they said they went through so much hell in development making sure that worked properly. So it is intended.
Excellent. We
Game
no longer have
follow
to
recalls
flashback to
sometime.
that one clip of Lee Sin following Alistar across the map.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't think this is actually going to be the nastiest pickup. The Malphite's interesting, though. Another Wombo combo coming out from Team INT.
Yeah, and this is another excellent ball delivery service. Orianna into Malphite is heckin' strong. It is going to be a Nautilus. That's a fair top. I do not believe
All right.
that
And then...
is a proxy.
Yeah, so
3
it
people
was...
have left.
Oh, God, I'm going to have to write it down. So for blue side, we had Ivern. What was the 80 carry? It's Misfortune. Ivern,
yeah.
Misfortune, Orianna,
Malphite
and Thresh.
and Thresh.
And then
And then on
for...
the other side, we had top lane Nautilus, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jungle was Lee
mid
Sin.
lane. Jungle was Lee Sin. The mid lane was Xerath. Bot lane was
Caitlyn Nami?
Caitlyn Nami. Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how much of that actually comes through. Never mind.
Yeah, I guess we're... I guess someone
Okay.
wasn't ready.
I think they're trying to make sure they're in LCS order,
We
which
appreciate
is nice
that.
of them. Yes, we do.
Because otherwise we can't...
Everyone's leaving. The
that is not something
Goldendoodle
that you
gang
can
is
change
just
in
leaving.
game.
They're just like, we're not doing this anymore. There we go. All right. We could shoutcast the the lobby here. Oh, it looks like Joe's made it into the lobby.
It's currently a
He's going into the
5v2.
next spot. All right,
Incredibly
well,
stacked odds, but Forever Toast has joined the fray. Citizen of Adra is inviting in. And then...
He's grayed out. He might be able to make it in. And there's Dromer.
Except he never loaded in for me. The last lobby, and it still started, so...
Yeah.
The wild card.
Wild card Dromer. Also, I'd like to point out that this is the gold plat division, despite the fact that Jeremy is in diamond, so no one can complain about that.
Yep. No worries. No worries.
No offense to anyone, because I love all of you, but like, out of everyone in this game, Jeremy is the last person I'd expect to actually be in diamond. I'm sure he's a wonderful player, but based off of the fact that he was playing Amumu, a very safe, very mechanically non-dependent champion, I did not see that kind of play from him. But I'm interested to see how he does when he plays a champion that's much more mechanically demanding, because he obviously has some skills if he's made it all the way to diamond.
He's the sneakiest Amumu in the world. So there's the Ash ban.
He is sneaky though, so like maybe when you get to diamond, you get an extra passive that makes you invisible as Mumu. I don't know.
All right, Ban's coming out just as expected. So, I wonder if Ivern was the only placeholder.
It's possible. Well, there's Ari.
So bans are already going as they were before.
All right, there's the Malphite. There's Lee Sin.
Should be Nautilus.
It's Nautilus. The Titan of the Depths. Ivern, Orianna. It's looking like it was just that Ivern.
The only other question mark is the Xerath.
Yes, let's see what Forever Toast picks up. Lux and Teemo. There we go. Okay, it's a Xerath.
Unfortunate.
All right.
This is not going to be the Warwick. It's going to be Misfortune.
Please actually be the Warwick.
Oh, God.
I would be fine with Xayah, too. She's very pretty. Oh, it's Misfortune.
Hopefully not Cleanse Misfortune, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that,
Cleanse is actually very good with Xayah because of how her ultimate works. It allows you to dodge 2 forms of CC, which is very, very helpful. And then you get QSS and you can dodge 3.
There you go.
The slipperiest friggin' bird ever.
Waiting for the last pick to be locked in.
Which should be the Nami.
They must be discussing strategy at this point. That is my guess.
Yeah, just giving themselves a bit more time to figure out how they're going to play this. Nami.
It's
Does Nami
hovered.
not look angry to you? I
She
never
looks
noticed
a
it
little.
before, but
She
does
looks a
look
little
perturbed.
salty.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that was bad.
going to kill myself.
That
Oh, God.
So,
Anyway.
so for the blue side, which is Team Int, we have just a Wombo combo comp again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very,
that's-
very murder bully.
Yeah, so that's fine. Lots of shields, lots of pick potential actually as well from at least from Ivern and Thresh. Malphite, you could sort of say has pick potential with the ultimate, but if you blow it on one, generally that's not a good thing unless it's a pick before an objective.
Yeah.
But what does TGG want to do with this composition?
They're looking for a very heavy poke siege comp, from what I can tell. Nautilus, despite everything, is a very strong siege champion because he gets so incredibly tanky, and the dredge line basically makes him a top lane Blitzcrank. So that plus Lee Sin, who has the ability to get people out from under the tower, plus Xerath, Caitlyn, Nami, who all three of them very, very, very strong siegers. So that's what I'm expecting them. I'm expecting siege, I'm expecting poke, and I'm expecting pick from them. Nautilus and Lee Sin looking to do the engages, hit the champions back into the Xerath, Caitlyn, Nami, CCs, and damages. So that's what I'm expecting we see from them, which is a bit of a problem because the opposing team, INT, has the Wombo combo, and assuming that they're able to get that Wombo combo off, you get that off onto a poke comp, and the poke comp disintegrates into nothing.
Right.
So it really comes down to who actually executes their comp better. But I almost have to give it to INT just because their murder ball, their Wombo combo, is easier to pull off than the pick siege that TGG has built.
Well, my question about the Wombo combo comp though is this going to be executed? Is it going to be executed adequately if Malphite ult is not present in the fight?
That's a good question, because previously they relied on Jeremy's ultimate in order to get that Wombo combo off. Without that there was very little fizzle to their shebang, I guess. So, assuming the Malphite ult is not being used in the team fight, they almost have to rely on Daisy from Ivern's ultimate to do the engaging for them, and I don't think that will be enough unless Thresh, Cardonos the Savior, can get a really nice hook off, fly into the enemy team with the Orianna ball on him, and get it off that way. I think that Malphite is their primary engage here, so we'll have to see how that works for them, because if his ultimate is not usable, then I don't think it's going to work out very well.
Okay, so Ship going to be once again sort of the linchpin of the team to some degree. Though Jeremy did play a larger role in initiating the team fights last time, Ship was the one to clean up. So I think a lot of the onus of the team fights is going to be on CDN and Rookie Jungler this time. So we'll see how that plays out in the game in a few minutes. We're going to load in about a minute delay here, so enjoy the music in the meantime. Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of the EU Tournament Finals for the April-May 2017 season between the Goldendoodle gang on the blue side, or red side actually, sorry, and Team INT on the blue side. My name's Nabira, I'm joined once again by Can Opener, who I just cut off rudely, so continue.
God. No, I was just saying, whatever side they're on, they're still golden. They're still a doodle.
There you go.
The Goldendoodle gang.
It's brilliant. The players are still the same from last game. There were no substitutions. I'm gonna cut it off this time by saying they need no introduction off that last game.
Yeah, and lots of mastery flashing going on.
This level 1 might need introduction.
Hold on, I'm making a cup of tea, says Oriana.
I hope that's not why. Well, if they're
No,
English, that's a valid excuse.
The savior, the man, the legend, Jeremy has disconnected.
Rip.
Okay.
He was having lag issues last game as well, so.
Apparently also, I was talking to a few of my friends who I brought in to watch the stream, and they're like, you sound sad. I'm like, what? I'm not sad.
It's a cast.
I don't know. I was a little bit tilted that game just suddenly ended off of one ultimate.
Yeah.
So
Well, it was funny, too, because I was apparently behind and hadn't caught the delays. So as soon as the team fight was over, I started hitting fast forward, and then the game was just over. It was like, oh. Okay. They're both going for this 5-man death ball into the bush. It's kind of beautiful in the symmetry. Look, they're even going back. Oh no, they're going back different ways.
Oh no.
The crazy adaptation.
Over.
How will we handle it?
This heavy chaos style.
Is this going to be the Oh, Jeremy.
Avernus. This is not how you do the Ivern and Jungle Cheese. Come on.
That was interesting, actually. Both teams trying to adapt around the Ivern, and both either succeeding or failing, depending on how you look at it.
Now, I can understand why this happened the way it did. However, this is actually a very... while this pause is going on, I want to talk about Ivern jungle pathing, because Ivern was my main for quite a bit. And basically how this works is that normally when you want to do the Ivern level 2 cheese is what you want to do. You want to start at your blue. you, or your topside buff, in this case, it would be his blue. You seed that buff, and then you go over to their red, seed it, smite it, immediately come back to your blue, take that, and then go take your red. And by that point, your smite will be back up so that you don't have to worry about that either. You get a 3-buff start, and depending on how you start, it can be very, very dangerous, very, very disadvantageous for the opposing jungler, especially if you're starting with your red and going and taking their blue away. It basically nullifies any mana-based jungler for the first couple minutes of the game. However, I think that TGG was able to see through that, and that's why they went.
Death Sentence combo in the bot lane going down on the Citizen of Adra. Rookie jungler going to take some return damage, but Exhaust has gone out. So if they can get that again, it should be a kill.
Yeah, definitely. That was very, very well done by Cardonos there. But as I was saying, TGG was able to intimate that that was going to happen, and so responded with the Murder Ball invade.
Jeremy and Joe scrapping a little bit.
Yeah. So very, very good for them. This means that Ivern will have to default to just a full clear on the jungle. He will be able to clear his jungle very, very quickly, but because of that little skirmish there, Joe knows exactly where he is. So now Joe can basically do whatever he wants in this jungle.
Yep. Joe going heavy on the invades again. Last game it sort of worked out, but not quite as well as he'd hoped. So we'll see if it happens like that again. Thus far, it doesn't seem to really have affected Jeremy's play all that much. CS numbers are in favor of Joe, but Jeremy has not popped his last 2 camps, so that should change shortly.
I don't know. It's very, very standard jungle paths, which is interesting when you're going against an Ivern. He's actually going to be heading into Joe's jungle here. Gonna pick up a Krug. Yep,
he has smite for the little Mr. Froggy. And he's gonna take it and possibly translate into a gank in the bottom lane. Looks like he's gonna take the blast plant over the wall.
Yeah, this is a
Joe
this
was
would
just
be a
top.
good gank position.
He's gonna get the bind onto Citizen of Adra. He's gonna miss the flay from Cardonos, but the death sentence is gonna land on a DD Roamer. DD Roamer getting ignited, and the first blood's going down to Cardonos. Cardonos getting low from Citizen of Adra, but it's not enough.
Yeah, that was very, very well done there. Bit of a strange flay by Cardonos there. I think that was probably just a misclick.
Yeah, and there was a flash blown immediately as well, so maybe it would have hit before the flash. I don't think it would have. Oh, Cardonos going for the death sentence, and he's going to land it. Adra getting knocked away from the tower, going to blow heal. Cardonos getting the second kill. The bloodthirsty support.
That one right there, I do have to give him credit for. I do not think Adra would have, Adra.
But Ship's going to possibly go down. He's got to run.
Boop, boop. Yeah, he's got to run. He makes
Mastery spam.
But yeah, I don't think that Rookie Jungler would have been able to pick up that second one. However, the first one, that one, I'm pretty sure the ADC could have gotten that one for Donos, but, what are you going to do?
But that's an early Sightstone and Brace, so it's not nothing, I guess, for the support. Another short pause coming on. I think Jeremy probably DC'd again, if I were to guess.
Yeah, a lot of lagging going on, but again, EU West, got expected. What's funny is I'm actually not lagging at all, despite the fact that I should have quite a lot of MS, considering I am in North America here. It's just nice. I have 0 MS according to the client.
Oh yeah, it's been
apparently
that was gone
now.
In a flash.
I am EU.
Wow, there's a big CS lead in the top lane for best Nasus, but those 2 kills on the bot lane keeping the gold in favor of Team INT.
Yeah, this is definitely a top lane that will favor the Nautilus. However, I imagine that once team fights start to advance, both of these tanks are going to be able to basically do just tanky things, and I
Yeah.
don't think the goal difference is going to make all that much of a problem for either of them.
Does Malphite win any matchups straight up? Because, like, even against pure AD like Riven or Yasuo, he still takes a while before he gets enough armor to actually be a threat. Or not even be a threat. Be able to survive the damage.
He wins against anyone who does not want to engage in lane. So we're talking very, very passive farming lanes. He'll do decently against Nasus. Basically anyone who does not want to fight while in lane,
Ooh.
Malphite is able to take over, because Malphite has the ability to fight in lane, but not the ability to match up against dedicated fighters.
Right.
So yeah, I really do think Nasus is probably the only one. I'm trying to think if there's any other melee top laners. That
I mean, because he has the
simply
attack
do
speed
wanna
slow and
farm.
he has a large chunk of armor, so you'd think pretty much anyone who auto attacks often, but you can't be ranged because then you can just outdo.
You just kite him.
Yeah, you can just kite him, and his Q costs so much mana that he can't use it to fight back often.
He does well against scalers like Aurelia and Jax as well.
Yeah.
Simply because their laning phase is not their strong point. Aurelia will do decently depending on how it's played, but Jax does kind of lose lane pretty heavily because he does not have the dueling capability pre-level 6.
He does okay against Yasuo and my elo, but I'm only high silver, so I don't.
Everyone does okay versus Yasuo.
Yeah. Oh, City of Adra getting flayed up, but a great double bubble from DD Roamer. Double bubble. Bullet time coming out.
Double.
Mastery Flash. Rookie knows he misplaced that a little bit.
I'm just glad that there isn't that bug that happened in the Cloud9 FlyQuest game. You remember that? How Misfortune ulted on a minion and it just didn't actually hit anyone because the minion somehow absorbed it all. That was pretty interesting.
That was
Glad
a
we
fun
figured that
hour
out.
pause or whatever.
Yeah, and then we got to do the chrono break thing, which actually sped the game back up to the point before that, which was awesome, actually.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Toast and CDN are just farming it up in the mid lane. This is really... Oh... Ship's gonna have to ult out of this. But I don't think he'll be able to. Death Charge going down. Gonna flash auto for the kill for Joe. Getting the Thunderlord's proc is enough to kill him. But still, gold lead in favor of Team INT.
I actually think the dot from Titan's Wrath would have killed him there. I do not think the double flash was necessary. Bit of a miscommunication, but
Oh, geez,
still
the
they're
double
able to
flash, I
pick
didn't
up the
even
kill.
notice.
They're able to pick up the kill. They may be able to get this tower as well, which will certainly help them out.
Let's...
Yeah,
That
they
would
got
be-
another minion wave. That tower's dead.
Yeah, that's huge, though.
Red side has been able to pick up the first tower on the top side both games so far this series.
If we go to a game 3, we'll have to keep an eye on that statistic. But gold lead is now pretty much evened up. It's 14.3 to 14.6k in favor slightly of Goldendoodle gang. Sorry, had to make sure I had the right names. Oh, Jeremy getting caught out a little bit there by Forever Toast. He's going to use the shield on himself, but is it going to be enough for him to survive? He's going to get to the blast plant in time. Gets the shield from CDN. CDN's going to try and body block. Xerath ult coming out, as is Caitlyn ult. Caitlyn ult blocked by Cardonos, and he flashes out of the third hit of the Xerath ult. Jeremy with the fancy feat.
And the heal from Rookie Jungler as well. That was a lot of summoners burned for that.
From both sides.
Yeah, that was a flash from Forever Toast. That's actually the only one that was used on that side, was the flash for Forever Toast, but there were 2 ultimates used as well.
Yeah, 2 ultimates on that team. No ultimates on the blue side, but plenty of summoners used. Best Nasus EUS is doing a lot of damage to Ship right now.
Yeah, and because Ship has no tower to fall back to, this is going to go...
Oh, the flash hook going down. Bullet time going to go down as well. Tidal Wave is going to interrupt the last half of it. Jeremy getting really low, but he's going to take it out with the root there. DD Roamer is getting flayed back. Rookie Jungler might be able to get this with the last double up. And that's 2 for 9. Despite their best efforts, Jeremy got really low.
A lot of spam pings going down there. Someone is very confused. I don't know who it is. Maybe it was Cardonos. Maybe he's like, what? Those were my kills. What are you doing?
Yeah. What the hell's going on? He's supposed to have 100% kills.
100% kill participation right now for Cardonos, the savior, the legend, the baby faker himself.
Ninja Tabby coming out again for Misfortune. It's a thing.
Yes,
I'm not gonna continue my crusade against it. I feel like it's inevitable at this point. It is a good pickup against auto-attacking enemy 80 carries, so.
Do you want to cut your own arm off?
Oh, Jeremy's going to get caught out here. They saw him go in. Oh, Jeremy. Oh, the juke onto the stun. Death Charge is going to go out, but a TP from oh shit means that they might get the unstoppable force, but his presence alone is going to be enough to deter them. However, this could turn into a fight as Joe is coming down from the top side of the jungle. Both bot laners for Team INT are still in the bot lane, though. Oh, Death Sentence landed onto Citizen of Adra. Adra's gonna go down here. Has to blow heal. Gonna survive. Barely. Thanks to the summoner heal and the heal from Nami.
That was a perfectly spaced hook as well that was able to hit Adra through that.
Uh-oh. Jeremy getting knocked a little bit, and the Xerath ult coming out. Third hit is going to take him out, which means Daisy's going to go down as well. Rookie stuck here in the backline. Ship's going to have to jump onto him, saving Rookie from the ultimate from Caitlyn, but the Q from Xerath is going to be enough to kill him. Ship needs to get out of here, but he's not going to be able to. Dragon's Rage kicking him back. He's going to actually get the knock-up down. Two-man shockwave from CDN, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to go down. Ship is trying to juke out Joe. Joe gets the Sonic Wave to kill him. It is a 4 for none in favor of TGG. It looks like it's just the blue side curse this series so far.
That was very, very well played, specifically by Joe there. He was able to roam down. Jeremy went a bit too ham on that dive.
No. Okay, he's good. He's good. Everything's fine.
Ah, they can't kill the immortal god. The man with the plan. But anyway, yeah, Joe was able to roam down there and be able to stick in there, and then the amount of damage that this poke team is able to put out with their various ultimates is very important. And then, of course, Best Nasus just kind of takes this blue buff for free.
They might be able to stop him. Gets the binding in, but no one's following up. Yeah. Unfortunate loss of the blue buff.
See, that is the one weak part of Ivern, is that he does need to, like I said, he does need to do the thing where he captures the blue buff as opposed to killing it. So if you're able to basically be attacking the blue buff, he can't necessarily take it when you're standing right there. So that's basically a free blue if it's just the Ivern next to you.
Can Ivern smite without having the Grove already growing?
No.
Oh. Well then.
He can smite obviously epic monsters like Baron and Rift Herald and Dragon, but no, the blue and the red, he has to have the Grove down before he can smite.
Unfortunate for him then. A little bit of farming. The farm discrepancy in the top lane is still pretty big. About 20 CS, 22 maybe, in favor of Nasus EU West, and he's going to get even more off this wave. Jeremy getting caught out again, going to have to use the trigger seed on himself, slowing down Joe with that snare. Ultimate coming out from Forever Toast. Not going to kill Jeremy, though. So that's an ultimate blown for nothing from Jeremy. A little bit of scrapping going on in the top lane still. Ship going to have to try and find a way to run away. But Nasus is just slowing him like crazy. Juking behind the tower. Smart play, smart play. Looks like both teams are posturing for this Mountain Drake. TP advantage is in favor of TGG at this point, so if they want to take a fight, now would be the time.
And also, one thing to note is that in this top lane, even with both TPs available, Best Nasus EU West has a much better chance of interrupting ships as opposed to ship interrupting Best Nasus's. Simply because Ship would have to blow his ultimate. Nasus just has to auto-attack him.
It would be worth it depending on how good the TP was going to be, but it's still an unfortunate choice to have to make because it is a 130-second cooldown at this point.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Nothing really to say from me at that point. I'm looking at the gold here, seeing where most of the advantage lies. Wow, okay.
Nice hook from Cardonos, but it's not going to matter because there's a 4-man gank in the bot lane. Rookie jungler getting taken out there. Tidal wave blown. Lots of auto attacks going down. They're going to rotate onto Dragon now, it looks like.
That was funny, though, because I'm 100% positive that Cardonos did not see Joe there, and he was throwing that hook out and missed who he was hitting at, and Joe just managed to be walking.
Still ended up hitting it.
Moment. Can Joe steal this with the hook? Nope.
It was a good attempt. Mountain Drake going down, though. This does not bode well for Team INT.
To play devil's advocate, though, all 3 of the dragons in the previous game did go over to TGG, and the game was in their favor for the majority of the game.
Very true. Best Ness is just getting poked out a little bit by every skill that Jeremy and Ship have because the damage is just not there.
I kind of feel sorry for them because they're just like,
Die!
Why won't you die?
Wow,
Also,
40 CS lead.
Oh,
this top lane is not going well for Team INT.
Yeah, no, it's not. I wanted to point out that all of the deaths on the side of TGG are in the bot lane, where Cardonos is, by the way. No, the jungler, the mid laner, and the top laner are all deathless at the moment, which is good for them because those are the lanes that are going to be doing the majority of the heavy lifting for TGG. The bot lane is just a pretty standard right-click bot lane. However, the top lane and the mid lane are very, very strong, very, very heavy influences on this game for the side of TGG. We've got another pause.
That we do. It's, I'm going to have to start making more paint drawings for these situations. Just have like a slideshow like we do for the weight screens, but with my terrible paint drawings.
Well, what images can we have? We can have Cardonos' crazy hooks. We could have what other interesting things have happened this series? Well, we could have Ship as Darius just absolutely killing everyone. That would make a good image. What else can we have?
Yeah, you know what? I'll sketch up the Darius one now while we're in the pause.
All right. I'll try and think of some other ones we could sketch up while we're here.
I don't know what Darius looks like, so I'm just going to draw a person.
We can have a picture of a Mumu wearing like an Omega Squad outfit because he's sneaking through the jungle in order to get those cheeky flanks with the ultimate. That would definitely be one that we could do. Also, we could have a golden image of Doodle Bob from SpongeBob, and that could be just Goldendoodle.
Perfect.
Goldendoodle game. I am going to see what's going on in the chat here. Cardonos. Okay, they're just talking about Cardonos. That's it.
All right.
And now we just have to listen to this, the wonderful sound of this Oracle's lens as it spins around in this pause.
You know, it's just kind of relaxing, you know? Alright. That is not what I went to do. Pauses are always the most awkward part of casting, period.
Yeah.
Because you can find things to fill with, but generally they won't be as entertaining as the game itself.
All right. Chat, I want to get you involved here. So, let's post some memes in chat. Let's get some good memes going in chat. I want to see some kind of fun times going on here, because all you're doing is saying Cardonos over and over again. You know, that gets tiring after a while. Give us some fresh memes, chat. Meanwhile, let's look at the gold. So, about 1,000 gold lead for Xerath over this Orianna. This is kind of to be expected. I feel that Xerath does have the ability to get pretty far ahead of Orianna in lane, just because he can farm. Okay, we just lost rookie jungler as well. Anyway, Xerath could farm outside of the zoning potential of Orianna. He does not need to get close to farm, which makes him a very strong matchup into the Orianna. And in addition to that, we're just seeing gold leads all across the map for basically everyone except the support, which is to be expected because Cardonos has 2 kills.
Yeah.
But it is pretty heavily in favor of TGG as far as the lanes go. But we'll have to see how it advances once the lane phase ends and team fights begin, because TGG has shown that they're very good at getting picks, but that when they lose that map awareness and they're able to get engaged upon, they kind of just fall to pieces. So that's going to be interesting to see how this comes about.
All right, and the pause has been lifted. We're good.
Pause has been lifted.
I don't have to think of other things to draw. I had the one pause screen, and we're good.
Okay. Did we get the one of
It was the triple kill.
We got that one?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was fantastic.
I'll have to take a look at that at some point. I don't have the stream open. I just have
the
chat.
muses took me, you know.
Okay, I understand.
So we're back in the game. 3K gold lead for TGG. Things not looking too hot for Team INT right now, especially for their INT Ernets.
Yes. I wonder if that is the INT thing we're talking about.
Forever Toast with the blue buff. Just naming things in case eventually I stumble upon a thread that's worth talking about. Morellonomicon on both mid laners. Forever Toast has more items because he has more gold, and that's how gold works. More gold lets you buy more items. This is the high-level analysis you've come to expect from me, ladies and gentlemen. Root missing onto best Nasus. Cool, now there's 3 people in the top lane doing nothing.
Just like there was before Jeremy showed up.
Yep, there we go. We're
Joe,
good. Rift Herald has returned to the void.
Yes, he was killed by a minion.
He was just like, this is not Renegades versus Dignitas. This is not the high-level gameplay I've come to experience.
Yes.
I haven't gotten to kill multiple people in my pit yet. I'm out of here.
No one has died to towers just yet.
Joe backing off. Tried for a gank. Figured it wasn't gonna happen. Backing off. Usual stuff. These CS numbers in the mid lane are nuts.
Nuts. They really are. Like 20 minutes in, 177 versus 174. That's actually pretty good numbers for both of them.
I mean, especially in an actual like competitive game.
Yeah.
When they're not actively having resources pushed onto them. That's just from the mid lane. And Forever Toast even roamed.
Yeah, he did. He roamed quite a few times, actually.
Yeah, so that's just crazy numbers. Oh, Carbodium Nath having to flash away. It looks like the depth charge was going out, but Cardonos getting caught in the bot lane by the trap, lands a hook onto a minion accidentally. Oh, CDN incredibly low. Gonna check those numbers before the bat goes out. 54 health.
Yeah, he actually was able to just get out of range of Forever Toast's ultimate, so well played by TGG, but not well played enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got what they wanted. Unfortunately, it cost an ultimate. Well, 2 ultimates, but they got the mid lane somewhat freed up. And that's really all they needed right there. Because now they can rotate their bot lane and take this tower while while Team INT's bot lane was going to have to stay mid, but they're able to rotate now that CDN is back in the mid lane.
Sorry, I am really tired today, apparently. Anyway, things are happening. Towers are not being taken. Things are not happening. I was trying to force things to happen by saying things are happening, but Things are not happening.
Things are happening, most of which being nothing.
Yes. Nothing is a thing that is happening.
Yeah. Just a lot of words being taken. They could... You know what? Screw it. TGG, go sneak Baron.
Yeah, do it. Do it right now. Do it.
Do it. Release your anger.
That was really good.
I love doing that voice.
In my opinion, it is the Jedi who are evil.
Good. Good. Ian McDiarmid, famously known for portraying the Senate.
The Senate. They should have just credited him as that in the
They actually did in
credits.
Wikipedia, the official Star Wars wiki. Well, not official, but the fan Star Wars wiki. It says Ian
Wikipedia.
McDiarmid played the Senate in the prequel movies. It's pretty
I
good.
am the Senate.
I'm not sure what Cardonos was doing with that advanced lantern bait. Clearly, it's just something I can't comprehend. But that was...
it's on a completely different level. Now, this Mountain Drake here, this is actually a bit important. Because if TGG is able to pick this up, they will have massive turret pushing ability, which they will probably not use because this game is boring as crap. But they will have it. However, if INT is able to push it up, they also will not utilize it, but will have the advantage of having an equal amount of Mountain Drakes to the side of TGG.
Yeah, I mean, you really didn't even want TGG to get 1, but 2 would just be a death sentence for the towers on the side of Team INT, because Caitlyn does so much damage to towers, and with the beefy front line in the Nautilus, the poke damage from Toast, and the ability to just blow someone up or peel from Joe, and Nami has incredible peel as well, you know, Citizen can just sit there and auto.
Yeah, I expect the next item to be picked up by Citizen here will be a rapid fire cannon to help him even more with that pushing and sieging power. They are going to be able to pick up this dragon pretty much for free.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of a scare with the Make It Rain, but the smite is on point from Joe. Dragon's picked up 2 Mountain Drakes for the side of TGG. Third one's going to be a Cloud, though.
Ah, perfect. They can run to the towers faster.
Yes.
Brilliant. Maximal importance.
Get that, 25 out of combat movement speed? 25.
Yeah.
Nice and
Huge.
round.
Kind of. See, the thing is that I don't like it can't replace boots. Because
Yeah.
once you're in combat, you lose all of it, and that sucks.
But if it was just straight movement speed, at
I mean, if it were just straight
25
movement speed, it'd be
straight
broken.
movement speed, that's 300 gold worth of stats for free.
Yeah. I mean, that's less
Jeremy.
than an Infernal late game, though. Oh, Forever Toast getting knocked out by the third hit of Daisy. Shockwave coming out. Forever Toast flashed away. Jeremy's under tower, tanking it right now. He's going to die. Oh, and so's Joe. Joe stuck under tower, getting killed. The double kill for Forever Toast. This is just not going well for Team INT. Jeremy DCing and reconnecting again.
I am willing to say at this point that we may be going to a game 3.
It's a possibility.
TGG has
It's a
been
distinct
playing
possibility.
much better this game than previously. Though I will say that it's entirely possible that death was caused by Jeremy's internet. He may have just right-clicked and then DC'd, and it just carried Ivern under the tower.
Entirely
So that's
possible.
a little bit unfortunate.
Blue turret going down in favor of TGG. Citizen Vajra getting a headshot. Then the Q. Ship getting poked out a little bit. It's doing things, technically. This is going to be another slow bleed, is essentially what's going to happen here.
See, the thing about that is that that actually plays into TGG's favor this time. Because they are a poke siege comp, they want that slow bleed so that they can just continue to push down the towers with impunity. However, INT this time needs to respond much faster than they did last game. So we'll have to see how they go forward here.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the sticking point is for Team INT right now, because I mean, one, they haven't really gotten many team fights off. They've only been involved in one this entire game, and it's just been macro play from TGG outperforming the macro play from Team INT thus far. They need to find a way to get another good team fight, another good initiation, and then turn that into something. But so far, there's just no way. Shockwave going down onto DD Roamer, so that's a kill. It's a pick. It's pretty good, but Shockwave's down now, so you can't start a fight for the next, like, 60, 70 seconds.
Yeah, that was Shockwave only for a support, which I really do not feel that is worth in this particular situation. Joe and Adra heading up towards the top lane here. This is a bit interesting. Nothing's going to come of it, though.
Well, I was thinking that they were going to go for Baron, but they can't because there's so much vision on it. I don't... It looks like everyone's positioning for a fight. Death Sentence going a little bit wide from Cardonos.
INT could right now, if they had the balls to pull it off, they could. But I don't think they know where Joe is.
I mean, theoretically, but remember what happened last time they tried that with a similar composition? They didn't have anywhere near enough damage to take it down in a reasonable amount of time. It took them like a full minute to kill Baron.
True. I really do not feel that the MF is a particularly good choice for the kind of comps. Well, for this comp, it works, but I don't think it's particularly good for taking objectives, which seems to be what INT wants to try and play around because their team fights really aren't working out.
Well, they haven't even been able to find a team fight. What they need to do is set up and bait a team fight at the objectives. Hold on, Jeremy getting a lot blown on him. Had to flash away. But if you want to team fight and you can't take objectives, you have to bait the objectives, and that has not been happening. They've just been sitting and walking around the map. Oh, Flash Death Sentence going a little bit wide from Cardonos.
This is like skimming the side of the brush there.
Yeah, a little bit of the...
Just cutting the grass. Now that would be an interesting mechanic. Like, we have someone who creates bushes. Could we have someone that removes bushes now? Because that would be really cool.
The lawnmower.
Joe, the gardener. That would be an interesting champion.
I'd play it. It would remind me of Angus the Puncher, which became Braum.
Yeah. That was so cool. I remember looking at that and being like, oh my god.
It's Braum.
It's Braum. But I remember when it was first posted, too, before... posted on the forums, and I'm like, this would actually be a really cool champion. I especially like the whole mustache slap thing.
Yeah. You punch them, and you cook 4 pieces of fresh bacon.
Yes.
I really love those comics. Apparently, they're doing, or the artist does their own webcomic or something now.
Yeah.
And they got like a full book release too, apparently. So good for them. But I miss the meme-filled spelling mistake comics.
Yeah. Can't go back to those days. They're gone
Like
forever.
the librarian lady who does too much true damage, but don't know what is false damage. Like, brilliant. It's comedy gold is what it is.
The librarian lady just... I don't know. I'm very happy.
Yeah, it's so nice. I like the Elise one. It's very good.
Yes.
She is lady, but is also Poseidon. Oh, finally, the Wombo comes out. Citizen of Asia getting really low there. Forever Toast was already blown up, so Cardono's going to have to try and get the death sentence. Oh, flashing into the unstoppable force from Ship. This means they can finally take objectives. They're going to go probably for the mid tower here because they're set up directly for it. They don't have a Mountain Drake, but they should do enough damage to be able to take this out. Rookie is just incredibly underfed, though. That's one concern in this game. Oh, another hook down. Daisy, no. Don't do it. You have so much to live for.
The thing is, all their high damage abilities are down right now. So this second tower is going to be much, much harder to crack than the first one.
But the other team doesn't have anyone who can do damage right now. Best Nasus EUW is the only one in. Jeremy getting blown up there. Redemption going to come out and heal the rest of the team. Nasus EU West is out of mana. So they're going to have to disengage on that. If Jeremy hadn't been caught, I feel like they could have taken it just by virtue of the fact that the other team cannot do damage to them.
Yeah, I feel like that might have actually worked out for them, but that was actually a redemption that did the final tick of damage on him, which I thought was pretty fun.
Oh, Cardonos, no. Descent's going out. The Insect with the flash coming out from Joe. Carpe Diem going to get the lantern and flashing out into safety. There's not a whole lot he can do. The command dissonance doing a lot. Shockwave onto 1, just timed a little bit too early, and then TGG should turn on to Baron here. Caitlyn Alt going to come out, not going to get the kill. CDN again surviving. 93 health this time, so getting closer to living. Or getting closer to living more? I don't know. So Baron is going to go down on the side of TGG, so this is not looking good for Team INT.
Yeah, Cardonos did very, very well in there and was able to pull him
it's
out.
looking good now as there's a bullet time onto 2 after the unstoppable force, so that's what they need to do. They need that combo.
Yeah, that was a good turnaround there. They were able to pick up 2, which is very, very important when the enemy team picks up that Baron. So let's take a look at it here. 54.5 on the side of TGG. Let's look at what it will be once they finish with the Baron buff. Get an idea of the kind of Baron power play they're able to pick up. INT might be able to pick up their first dragon here, though. Will be able to. There's no contest.
Yep, Cloud Drake coming out. Not doing a whole lot. Trigger Seed from Jeremy. Maybe going to be enough to slow down Joe. Not going to happen. Jeremy's probably going to go down here. Make It Rain coming out. Death Sentence goes on to Joe, but Joe is just too tanky for anyone to do any damage to. Rookie just doesn't do a whole lot right now.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot they could have done in that situation. Jeremy was trying to stall long enough for his team to come up, but Joe's team was closer.
Turret going down in favor of Team INT. That's their second one of the game, so working at getting some progress done, but this Baron buff is going to be impossible for them to push against.
Oh,
Ship getting out in time, but that mid tower is going to go down.
Yeah, this mid tower is completely free here. They may be able to pick up the inhibitor well, so if they're able to pick it.
Oh, Forever Toast getting
Cardonos
hit with the
is gonna
Death
try.
Sentence, but no follow-up from Cardonos.
That's the
Losing half
box
of his
down
health.
as well. They are able to push them off the inhibitor, though already 3,000 gold plus for TGG off the Baron buff.
Should Toast have backed there?
I don't know.
Couldn't they have just kept doing a pressure play in bot and just rotated?
Yeah, probably should have.
Because I don't think Toast was him.
He
They'll
did
have
pick
to
up a
reset
Void
now.
Staff. I think he did pick up that Void Staff there on his last back.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. So that may have been it. He may have been just like, hey, got Void Staff, now we can do the pressure play. Because there is a fair bit of MR and health on the side of INT right now.
Yeah. I mean, what INT needs to do right now is make sure that their side lanes are just perfectly groomed so that their side lanes start pushing out. Because that way TGG has to waste time clearing the wave and waiting for the minions to walk. That second part is more important than the first.
Yes.
Because there's
very
only
much
so fast the minions can go.
Even with this Baron, it is a very, very slow game that TGG are playing here. Perhaps a little too slow. They're not really taking very many chances.
Well, I think this is, again, where they should... they can't really 1-3-1 with this team is the problem.
Yeah, not with this team. They really can't send a draw down into the bot lane, and they really shouldn't send Xerath down there. The only person they could conceivably send down there would be Joe, and they do not want to do that because he's one of their primary engage sources.
Mm-hmm. So they just have to settle with 4-1, I suppose. Rotating into the top lane to try and get that tower there, but Team INT already rotating to stop it.
They got that Cloud Drake.
Cloud Drake MVP. This is the frustrating part about playing one of these compositions, is you have to especially when you don't have a second split pusher, you have to rotate between 2 lanes at the exact right time, such that you can keep pressure on both simultaneously. That's where Cloud Drake would have come in handy. Oh, Joe getting hooked up. He does have Guardian Angels, so there's not a whole lot that can be done about that. Shit might be going for the Unstoppable Force. Looks like there's a chance for a 4-man one over the wall, but not going to go for it. Smarter decision, because he wouldn't have hit them. Ship is just incredibly tanky at this point. Oh, Xerath coming out. could use the Unstoppable Force on the Xerath right now, but taking a lot of damage. He's going to use it. He's going to engage, keeping the backline busy while the front line gets blown up in the backline of Team INT. Joe is going to respawn here. Cardano's getting taken out as he tries to go in with the Flash, Flay, and Hook. And Jeremy's just going to get cleaned up, and so is the rest of Team INT at this point. Even the team fights are slow, ladies and gentlemen. Rookie Jungler using bullet time, but it's not going to be enough. The last two remaining are CDN and Ship, but neither of them have their ultimates. So this is going to be some easy pressure for TGG to execute with. They don't have Baron anymore, though.
This is very, very bad. That's a 2,000 gold or 20,000 gold difference between when they got Baron and now.
Yeah.
So lots of gold game coming out. Game's paused. Jeremy's probably disconnected.
All right, the pause screen is out. Will I draw another pause screen?
I don't know anymore.
I think I'm going to do an Amumu one for the second one. It's going to look like the Funko Pop, and then it's going to have, like, tears. I think that's the way to go. I think really that encapsulates how we feel about wait times here at Learning Fives.
Here at Learning Fives.
All right. This is going to be brilliant. Oh, unpausing. Darn.
Oh, there it is. Oh, and we're paused again.
Let's pause again.
Okay,
all right.
Keep going.
I have time. Is it unpause? Nope. Pause. Huh. Huh. Keep drawing. It's the only answer.
Draw like your life depends on it. Okay, we're getting back in, I think.
Maybe.
They said they're ready.
All right. There we go.
It hasn't started counting down to getting back into game yet. You guys should do intervies. We will certainly intervie. If there is a vi in the game, we will enter them.
Oh, that sounds nasty.
This may be an inhibitor going down here.
Teleport onto the cannon. And but a 4-man shockwave to deter. It might not be enough. Joe's getting really low, but so is Cardano's. Cardano's getting taken out by a crit from Citizen of Adra. CDN is going to be the next one to follow. Ultimate coming out from Forever Toast. Joe getting incredibly low, but not going to go down. Ship, next one to fall, possibly? Jeremy with a good defense. Rookie Jungler going to try and do some damage, but there's just not enough with this build. The lethality build against full tanks, not going to do a whole lot.
Bullet time and Unstoppable Force
Not going to be enough. Ship going to go down shortly after Rookie Jungler went down, and this might be game.
Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot Jeremy's going to be able to do. Cardonos is up in 16 seconds, but it'll be 28 before CDN is. This is game.
They need to keep pressure on the towers. If nothing else, they can get the 2. Oh, no. Oh, no, it was game. It happened again.
I get to watch it. I get to watch the Nexus explode. Forever Toast uses his Zanya's. Cardonos is able to not get a flay off, and the game does. And we are going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! And in the meantime, during the break, since we will have some time while the teams readjust, I will draw a second wait screen so that we can have a slideshow. It's high technology here at Learning Fives.
And I will walk away for a moment and try and understand what the heck just happened.
I think that's wise. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Game 3 of the EU Championship Finals here for the April-May 2017 Learning 5 season. The teams once again are TGG, the Goldendoodle gang on the blue side, and Team INT on the red. My name's Nibiria. I'm joined here by Can Opener Dude.
Hi.
Hi. This has been a very long series with a lot of delays,
Yes.
but that's okay.
That is okay. We're going to get into game. We're going to finish this game, and then the series will be finished one way or the other.
And then I can eat for the first time in almost 12 hours.
Same, dude. Same.
It'll be great.
Yes, I'm excited.
Bands coming out, nothing surprising, nothing special, nothing new.
Now, we do know that they are going to be using placeholders again, if this message from Nigeria can be believed.
I hope it
Unless
can.
he's lying to me.
I hope it can. It was from the coach.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see if they stick to that plan. So we've seen Teemo and we've seen Xerath as placeholders. So I hope they continue to use ridiculous champions so that we can actually tell. Though the Xerath was then actually played in the second game, so it's not really ridiculous champion now, is it?
Absolutely. So Lee Sin, pretty successful last game. A lot of insects. So not terribly surprising. But what ban will be dropped because of this?
I don't know. My guess would be not the Lulu.
I think that's a fair assumption, considering Lulu was just banned.
I think that the ban that is dropped here will likely be the Ashe. As I say,
there we go.
I was going to say that, but then they banned Caitlyn as I was saying it. I totally thought that before they banned Caitlyn. I trust me.
I believe in you. The Nami pick again. Is that 3 games in a row?
Yes.
Those are the same people playing it every time. Yeah, right?
No. Dromer played it last game, but Cardono's played it game 1.
Okay, so we're alternating. So
Nami has a 100% win rate so far in this game, yes. In this series.
Well, that bodes poorly for Team INT then.
Yes, it does.
I'll have to make sure that
Ivern has a 0% win rate.
Oh, man, statistically, this game's already going poorly for INT.
But Ashe does have a 100% win rate.
So 50, so they're good.
They're good so far. Also, I need to say this out loud. Nigeria has said in chat that he is a combination of drowsiness and MS Paint. He is no longer a person.
That's true. That's correct.
Yes.
Someone was requesting that I explain placeholders. Basically, they're going to pick a champion. That's not the champion they're actually going to play. They're going to redo the draft phase with the proper champion. This is just for picks and bans, and the coaches are communicating about it, I believe, as pick and ban goes through.
Yeah, they're doing it because not every player has every champion, and you want to pick your champions in a certain order. You don't necessarily pick the champion you specifically are going to play. For instance, Best Nasus EU West is not going to be playing Nami. So they use these placeholders in order to allow them to pick in an order that is advantageous to them.
Yeah, ooh. That better not be a placeholder.
I certainly hope that's a placeholder.
Dude, what?
I hate New Galio. He's so terrible. He's almost
but
as
you
bad
can say
as
Justice
New Karma.
Punch.
That's true. I can say Justice Punch.
It's great.
And
Justice Punch! You know, you just kind of put a little bit of the superhero affect on it.
Punch!
You can go the Captain Falcon route. There's a lot of ways to say it, you know?
And the other one's, what, Righteous Smash? Or is it Righteous Smash? There's also
maybe.
Hero's Entrance, isn't it?
Yeah, Hero's Entrance is his ultimate. Winds of...
Glory?
I think it's War. I keep thinking it's Winter, because I think that's
the book that will never come out.
Yeah, that's the book. All right, I remember why now. So it's Winds of War then.
Yeah.
Process of elimination.
That's how you play this game. Varus may actually be a pick. Karma also maybe a pick. Cardonos. I do believe the Galio is a placeholder, though.
We'll find out in a minute or so.
Unless Dromer here picks up a placeholder or Cardonos picks up a placeholder mid lane, top laner. Mordekaiser might be a placeholder.
No, if this that one of those is a placeholder, and I hope none of them are. I hope it's Varus AD carry, Mordekaiser jungle. Let's go.
Let's go. It could be Nautilus jungle.
That's true.
Top.
It's a theoretical possibility. Ari not being banned out this time, and they're about to close the lobby, so
we will see.
We'll see when it reforms.
Which of these is a placeholder? I kind of do want to see the Galio now because that would mean it's a quick game because Galio's terrible. So, you know, it'll be fine.
Not as support, man. Come on.
I honestly, I have nothing but vitriol for some of the reworks here. Like, there's been some really great ones like Scion, like Quinn. I really enjoy the rework. Like Graves, I think has made him a lot more unique with his rework. I know that's
Graves.
A bit of Graves was boring.
Old Graves was just more fun. It was just like Lucian, but more fun for me. I loved Old Graves. His kit wasn't complicated. He wasn't complicated. He wasn't hard, but damn, he was fun.
Anyway, but Karma and the Yorick rework and the Galio rework, those three reworks are crap tier. Honestly, the Yorick rework is fine, but he's just boring now. He's not good, he's not bad, he's just boring.
He was always boring, though.
Dumb. At least when he was old, we had some jokes we could tell about him. Now he doesn't even have jokes anymore. The Karma rework will always be the crappiest thing that any company has ever introduced into a video game for the longest video games has been in existence.
And I'm sure that is a 100% factual statement.
Yes, it is worse than Ride to Hell Retribution. It is worse than the ET game. It is the worst thing that has ever happened in the history of video gaming.
I never got to play Old Karma, so...
It was the best. It was the absolute best.
She cost IP, and I was but a poor noob.
But in any case, Galio is also very boring now, despite having Justice Punch. So it's just.
I did find the substitution. Mordekaiser is Rek'Sai.
Okay. Wait, does that mean Galio is actually a pick?
I believe so.
Oh, crap.
It did pretty well last night in some situations. I'd like to see Jeremy on it, honestly, because he seems to know how to get those spooky 5-man engages from out of nowhere.
But Galio's jungle clears have been nerfed significantly since he was on the PBE, so they're really not that good anymore, and he's really quite squishy. Hello, Aatrox. Goodbye, Aatrox.
Okay. That's certainly a ban.
Looks like Ship is going to be giving us a top lane Galio this game.
All right. I trust him.
I don't.
I do. You're so mean. You're so mean to Galio. He's just a rock looking for approval. He's like Malphite, but not rock solid. You know, he's just...
I seriously thought that someone had picked Malphite. I was like, what?
So that is the Karma Ashe bot lane. Not as strong as Karma is.
Yeah, true. Still pretty strong bot lane.
Still pretty good.
Again.
Now, is this Varus going to build lethality again? Or are we going to see crit Varus?
I would like to see on-hit attack speed Varus. I haven't seen that in a while. Get Runans.
I think it'll probably come out because Blade of the Rune King.
Yeah, get Runans, get Blade of the Rune King, get a static Shiv. Good to go. Because Varus' passive is pretty much useless when you build lethality on him, so I would like to see a situation in which his passive is more useful.
Yeah. So
that being said...
Go on.
Rek'Sai is almost certainly going to stomp all over Jeremy's Ivern. Rek'Sai is the rock of junglers, and I can't see a situation in which an Ivern is able to outscale or outplay an Ivern or a Rek'Sai, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And as far as the mid lane goes, I have faith in CDM's ability to play this Ahri versus a Victor, but the lane is it's actually more in Ahri's favor the more I think about it. But Victor will certainly have a very strong presence in team fights, which Ahri may or may not have, depending on how they are built and played. And as far as the bot lane goes, these are both very strong bot lanes, but I do think it will go in favor of Rookie Jungler and Cardonos, at least for the early game. Varus takes a little bit of time to scale up.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Victor cleanse pickup. I know Charm is spooky and all, but I guess with Ivern, Ashe, Ahri, and Galio, eventually there's going to be CC that you need to cleanse before you get blown up, but...
And those Ahri charms can be game-changing. I remember when I did the caster show match. Was that with you? I think that was with you.
I think so.
Yeah. When Jump actually was jumping in with all those Ahri charms, and actually we were forced, against our better judgment, to give him the MVP for that game. Those charms were pretty game-changing. So I'm expecting to see at least a little bit of that out of CDN.
Yeah, we can hope so, but... I want to see how impactful the Nami pick is, because I feel like the big part of what made her strong was her ability, at least in these games, was her ability to interrupt bullet time. And with no long channel ult to interrupt, I don't know if she'll be as effective. I'm not saying that Tidal Wave is useless if it can't interrupt something, but that certainly is a large part of why it was so successful.
Well, they do have a lot of lockdown on their team, though. They have the Varus ultimate, they have the Victor W, and they have the Rek'Sai knockup, and they have the Nautilus everything. So yeah. It's a distinct possibility that all of those combined with the Nami bubble and the Nami wave will just combine to just keep them incredibly locked down as Varus and Victor just steamroll through them with massive amounts of damage.
Yep. Well, we'll see if that becomes the case in a minute or so here. Enjoy the music in the meantime, and we'll see you in the game. Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the final game of the EU Tournament Finals for the April to May 2017 season between the Goldendoodle gang and Team INT. My name's Nibiria, I'm joined here by Canterbury Dude, and we're going to do another introduction of the team members, because you may have forgotten, but I doubt it. On the blue side, for the Goldendoodle gang, we have Best Nasus EUS in the top lane, Joe in the jungle, Forever Toast in the mid lane, Citizen of Adra on AD carry, DD Roamer on support. And for the red side, Team INT, we have Ship in the top lane, Jeremy in the jungle, CDN in the mid lane, Rookie Jungler on AD carry, and Cardonos on support. Hi, Cam.
The man who needs no introduction, Cardonos, the man, the legend, the baby faker.
There you go. I just remembered Baby Knight from StarCraft.
What's that?
That was such a weird name. Like, it's such... I don't know. That was a weird
Project
handle.
Ash has a really awesome dance.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Not a whole lot going on that's interesting here in the early game. I forgot to check what Rek'Sai took as her keystone. intrigued to see whether it's going to be Courage of the Colossus, Grasp, or Fervor. Grasp is probably the least likely, but Fervor, you can do a
Could be
big chunk of
Stoneborn
damage.
Pact. Stoneborn Pact. That one.
Yeah, I forgot that was a thing. Honestly.
I've used it on a few people, specifically Mundo. It's pretty funny on simply because you just throw cleavers at people and just constantly give your teammates healing. Okay, and Galio just said smash as he smashed things. That's
there you
pretty
go.
cool.
He's perfect. The rework is perfect. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm convinced this is the best rework Riot's ever done.
There you go. Wow. Nasus is taking a lot of damage on that Nautilus.
Yeah, this
That's
is actually a
not
very bad lane matchup for Nasus here, because playing on a Nautilus, which is a heavy magic damage dealer, who does not get tanky for a couple levels yet, against someone who is quite literally the anti-mage of League of Legends, is a problem.
Adria taking a lot of damage from Cardonos there. Cardonos actually getting the better half of that trade, it looks like.
Still not a whole lot going on. Jeremy again going for just a full clear instead of invading the blue buff of Joe here. Actually, no, he took the blue. Wow, okay, he took the blue.
They traded blues. It looks like no.
No,
they both took.
Jeremy got the blue.
I'm out of it apparently. Cardono's taking a little bit of poke damage there from Adria, but the problem is rookie jungler is not taking any damage in these trades. So when you have such a huge health advantage on the AD carry, it generally doesn't bode well.
It really doesn't.
Because you can just trade a lot more.
Yeah. I'm just really excited that Jeremy actually did manage the 3 buff. Joe is actually Joe on this Rek'Sai is actually one of the few champions that should actually be fairly fine with it, but still.
Yeah. Because you don't really need anything except maybe red. Oh, Ship taking a lot of damage. Justice punching away, gets the Grasp heal, but loses a lot of health in that trade, and somehow Nasus is winning. Ship needs that W shield before he can do anything about that. Important to note
that
here,
dance,
though,
rookie jungler.
while Nautilus does do primarily magic damage, his passive is physical. Oh, he gets the taunt down, but it's not going to be enough. The shield from Nasus is going to be enough to save him. It looks like he's getting really low. Ends with 29 HP. Oh.
That was a good try there.
It was. Jeremy not going to follow that, deciding it's probably not the best to fight the Rek'Sai, especially without support. But he might get caught out here in the jungle. Forever Toast is roaming down. Jeremy gets the snare up, going to use the Trigger Seed and smack him with red buff a few times, it looks like. And
CDN a little slow on the roam, though.
But Toast did just get zoned off that entire wave.
That is true.
I don't know how many minions died, but that should translate to some miss CS at least.
He is ahead in CS right now, though.
Yeah. So maybe not. The triple Doran's coming out from Ship. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, bubble landing onto Rookie. Rookie taking a lot of damage. I am not a fan of how Citizen is using the Varus Q, the piercing arrow right now. Because the combo seems to be thus far auto Q auto. Now there's 2 important things about that. You're not charging your Q at all, which reduces its damage significantly, and you're not utilizing the most of your W passive, which does increase percent health damage based on how many times you've autoed them.
Yeah, the Blighted Quiver is important if you're not building Lethality Varus, because you won't have that extra pen that Lethality gives. So you do want to build up those stacks before you hit with the Q, unless you're charging it up for just a max range poke. Jeremy and Joe.
Oh, Jeremy might actually get the kill here. Trigger Seed. Joe is going to have to flash out. I don't think either team wants to. Well,
that's Nautilus.
Team INT wants to fight this, but. Oh, Cardona's going to get the snare onto Roamer. Roamer taking a lot of damage from the empowered Q from Karma, but Rookie's taking a lot from the autos of Citizen. If Citizen can get an empowered Q. It might be enough to force Rookie out of the lane while Ship goes in onto Nasus, gets the taunt in the minion wave. Jeremy coming in with a trigger seed to heal him up. Nasus is going to have to do some fancy footwork to get out of this, but he can't use the anchor because he was body blocked the entire time. So First Blood going down while Citizen of Adra might be the second one to fall. Cardono's doing some solo damage. Not enough to kill, but certainly enough to annoy.
Wasn't the First Blood in the last game in top lane as well?
I believe so.
Oh. Top lane seems to be a pretty heavy focus of different things going on here.
INT bot lane just going to push this one out, as Varus did back here. They should back right now.
Donuts understands. There goes Rookie Jungler as well. That's a really nice skin.
Which one? The
Project Ash.
Yeah. Available now for X amount of RP. Right, please hire me.
1350, 1820, somewhere in there.
Something like that. I think it's an ultimate.
I have the Ravager Ash, the 751, because I thought
Yeah.
that was cool.
I have Warden Ash and I have the Heart Ash, and that's it.
Heartseeker. Yeah, I think I have like Wodash or something as well.
Yeah, I think I have that one too, but I don't remember buying it, so I think it came from like a chest or something, but
No.
I played a bunch of Ash, so I was like, sure.
All I know is that I have all of the new skins somehow.
Naturally.
And all of the Soraka skins except Program Soraka or whatever it's called.
Ooh, Justice Punch coming out. Nasus taking a lot of damage there. Ship's passes needs to fill up. Joe coming in for a gank, but preempted by Ship. Ship's going to get stunned up there. But it's not going to matter. Not enough follow-up damage, and this might be a repeat of what we saw a lot this series, actually, where the tanks just get so tanky that you can't really kill them.
Yeah, and now Ship has his ultimate, so he's going to be able to be very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Present in team fights in a way that the Nautilus, played by Nasus here, may not be able to do, simply because they both have TP, but Nautilus's ultimate isn't anywhere near as global present as Galio's would be.
Well, I'm wondering also if Joe should just ignore top lane. Usually you don't want to ignore a lane entirely, but if your ganks are always unsuccessful, then what your ganks are doing essentially is wasting your time, showing yourself to the enemy, and then, you know, the other jungler can capitalize on that, and most likely will. Ooh, CDN getting a nice charm combo there.
Very nice for him. Still fighting up in the top lane, though. It looks like it's going to start going into Nautilus's favor in this lane. The Q for Ship here, the Winds of War, as you said it was, is actually, it's very, very important for Ship's combos, and if he does not land every single one of those, it does mean that Nautilus's damage will begin to shine through in this late matchup.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think another important thing in the matchup is that itemization-wise, Ship just gets better the more he gets better at fighting Nautilus specifically the more items he gets, where Nautilus doesn't really get that same level of advantage because you're not just getting health and magic resist, you're getting damage reduction and a magic damage shield on top of your health and magic resist. So he just scales so much better with resists than a Nautilus does.
Yeah, that is very, very true. So I feel as the items progress, it will start to swing back in the favor of Ship, but as it stands right now, with the items being even...
Oh, CDN blowing ult. Ooh, Forever Toast. Gonna use the Chaos Storm. CDN getting a little bit too close for comfort, but walking away from the Chaos Storm because it's pretty slow.
His favorite sound effect. Womp. That's the Chaos Storm turns.
The double Bork in the bot lane.
Feels
Fun
good,
times. Although it has been toned down by this point, I believe.
Man. At least it's not double Black Cleaver, or no, double Yomus.
Oh, yeah. Cardonos might be able to get the snare here. Nice. Gets the snare, but interesting. Look at the jungle matchup right now, just level-wise. 6 to 8.
Yeah, that's very much in favor of Jeremy, simply because he's able to farm a lot quicker with the way his passive works.
Oh, Ship getting the full channel taunt, but I don't think it's going to matter all that much because Jeremy doesn't have any damage to contribute here. Daisy might be able to do something, and do something she does, blowing Best Nasus's flash, but it's already at the point where neither jungler can really influence top all that much.
Yeah, I wonder if that was more of an annoyance flash than necessarily a panic flash, because I think Best Nasus could have been able to get out of that even without blowing his flash. He's just like, I don't want to deal with this crap right now, so he just flashes out.
I'd like to see, now this would probably be bad, but it'd be interesting. I'd like to see a Bruiser kind of build from Galio with a Leandries. That's it. Full tank, but with a Leandries. Because he scales really well with AP. He scales with health. And while it doesn't give a lot of health, it also gives magic pen, so his damage stays relevant, and he can do something against the enemy tank. Oh, Charm being flashed away from Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming down mid, but it's not going to get anyone. Teleport canceled by Best Nasus. It was not an interrupt because Ship was way too far away for that.
Yeah, that was there was a bit of an interesting little engage there. Nothing really came of it, though. I do want to say that the idea of a Leandri's tank build is, or at least was at one time, a standard build for tanky AP champions. So it's not impossible that we would see it. Though I do think we will see pretty much just a standard tank build from this Galio.
Oh, I fully expect full tank. I just think it'd be an interesting sort of experiment. Oh, the red buff on Cardonos. That's not going to go well for Citizen. Citizen having to flash out, burned his ult. The red buff still ticking onto him from Cardonos. Cardonos going to have to use Exhaust here. Nami using the ultimate. Rookie Jungler using the Cutlass on Citizen to take the last hit. DD Roamer doing their best to save their support, or save their AD carry, but no dice.
That was 3 summoners blown for that one kill, though.
Oh, two-man taunt by Ship. Forever Toast getting really low there. But Best Nasus is there to save his mid laner. It looks like great depth charge coming out. But the ultimate from Ship getting the knock-up onto 2. Oh no! The Blast Plant saves him. Are they going to try and go around? They shouldn't, but they might. They're doing it.
This is fine. They do have Daisy here.
Alright, take the Justice Punch over the wall. Get him. Get him. Punch him with your Justice Punch! Alright. He's not dead. Come on, just smack him. There you go.
Smash! What's that called again?
It's perfect. Wow.
Animation.
4.3k gold lead already. That is nuts.
That's a lot. And it was actually the bot tower that fell first this time, so no longer a top lane tower first series.
Yeah, and this is going really well for Team INT here in the early game. Ship still has teleport. Best Nasus does not, so they could make a dragon play here at this point. They're going to take the top tower first, which allows Ship to roam a little bit, but we'll have to see how they operate with it. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is coming down mid. CDN is trying to channel Toast onto it, but not able to in time.
A bit of just a coin flip type arrow there. Not really sure if that's the best use of it.
Oh, TGG gonna take out that dragon now. And there's nothing that Team INT can do to stop this. That's unfortunate. Oh, but Cardonos is in trouble now using the Q, but Chain of Corruption gonna be a bunch of damage coming out, locking him down long enough for the 4 to kill him. I don't think that was the right way to go, especially without a team there. The only person available was Rookie Jungler, and there's nothing you can do against 4 as just an Ashe and Karma this early into the game.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake by Cardonos.
Nice juke on the bubble. Tidal Wave going out and Exhaust onto Rookie Jungler. Rookie Jungler getting incredibly low. Ship is going to TP into the backline. Jeremy going to save his AD carry. TP was canceled. What is going on?
Yeah, there just simply was not enough damage there.
Oh, Jeremy, no. Trigger Seed. Not going to land on anyone, but Root Caller did. Saving him from the terrible, terrible knockup of Joe.
Terrible knockup.
Terrible. That's terrible. Never want to see that.
There's really just not a whole lot happening
Yeah,
until
there's
things
like,
are actually happening in this game.
I mean, the state of the game is just not going to change dramatically for a while. I mean, Joe's getting caught out here a little bit, going to tunnel away. So they're just exerting pressure here, and they're doing a fair enough job. It looks like the wave in the bot lane is going to push in favor of Team INT. So if they just keep pressure in both top and mid, eventually one of the lanes will crack, and they'll be able to capitalize on it, hopefully. Dragon's not coming up for a while. Baron's going to spawn in 3 minutes. I don't think Herald is worth giving up your pressure for it at the moment. Ship is getting ganked here by Joe, but Dredgeline gonna catch him. Or, that's not Dredgeline. Oh! Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming out. Justice Punch coming in. Joe is gonna get knocked up, but there's no follow-up thus far. The team is trying to come for INT, but not getting there in time to make any discernible difference other than the Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
Yeah, I'm not really... I'm kind of underwhelmed by Rookie Jungler's arrows thus far in this game. He has managed to hit a couple of them, but they really haven't produced a whole lot of impact. He might be better served using it as simply a short-range initiation in a team fight.
Yeah. Most likely. But Rookie Jungler getting poked out there by the laser of Victor. This cleanse hasn't really come in handy, as far as I've seen. I don't think I've seen it on cooldown once. I don't think it'll ever really be huge. Jeremy looks like he's getting caught out, but realistically, that's not what's happening. TP coming in by Best Nasus, but the ultimate from Galio going to be enough to deter them for the time being. Rookie Jungler taking a lot of damage from the Chaos Storm, but 3 ultimates have been blown for TGG. So if Team INT wants to initiate a fight here, they could. Rookie Jungler incredibly low, so he has to back, but maybe when he returns, they might be able to make something out of this. Jeremy getting caught by the bubble. He might be dead here. Gets knocked up. Getting a little bit low, uses the root caller to save himself. The flash from Toast. Gonna take Jeremy down. That was, I think, a little cocky.
Yeah, a little bit too much by Jeremy there. He was trying to clear out the tunnels, but probably not.
Another Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to land on a Citizen of Asia. CDN going in with the ultimate, going to get the charm. Ignite going down, but Exhaust has been blown onto CDN. Rookie Jungler flashing in with the auto and Cutlass. Getting the kill. All right. That's a little something.
Yeah, that's good. That was good arrow. I'll give him that. Man, someone is making hot dogs outside, and it smells amazing.
Oh, man. I'm so hungry.
That has nothing to do with the game that's going on right now.
No, but we're both hungry. It's fine. We're human-ish. Ship and Nasus going to fight a little bit here. No one's doing a whole lot of damage, but I think Ship will win this.
Yeah, Ship is doing more damage than Nasus is, that's for sure.
Wow, that went from nothing to a lot really quick.
Yeah, that's the power of Q, baby.
Yeah, it was like, all right, Nautilus, he's taking no damage, no damage, no damage. Oh, he's half health. All right. Interesting not to see the Iceborne Gauntlet coming out from Ship right now. I feel like it's a pretty strong item.
Yeah, combining it with Colossal Smash is very, very useful. It's possible he's prioritizing the magic defense simply because of the fact that Forever Toast and Nasus are both AP champions.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll get the Sunfire Cape just because that's what you get when you're a top laner.
It's also nice for wave clear during laning phase. Joe's going to get hit up by the taunt here, but not a whole lot's going to come out of it. Justice Punch still on cooldown. Just trying to create pressure in the bot lane here and in the jungle. Looks like there might be a mid laner fight in the top lane. Oh, Joe taking a lot of damage from those Winds of War. It is max now, so.
CDN going to be able to push up this top lane, though. Forever Toast is just kind of hanging out in the jungle. He's not really staying in lane the way that he really probably should be. But he's able to warn CDN off the tower, at least for the moment.
Might be turning on a Dragon here. Dragon is spawning in 10 seconds. It's going to be an Infernal Drake, so this is an important thing to contest.
Yeah, the side of
oh, CDN. No, don't go that way. Trying to jump over the wall with ult, but I don't even think you can make that wall.
You can if you're up against it, but unfortunately he was not.
Forever Toast trying to set up a mid lane push before the fight at Dragon, but that might give CDN enough time to respawn. This one, it doesn't look like it, though. Rookie Jungler might get caught out here. Instead, Jeremy's going to take the hit. Chain of Corruption going down, as is Dredgeline. Redemption coming out. Not going to be enough to save him. Daisy did come out, as did Ship, but it's not going to be enough. A flash knockup from Joe onto Rookie Jungler. Ship is going to have to flash out himself, and Rookie is going to die here. It's a terrible fight for Team INT. Ship is incredibly low. Jeremy's dead. Rookie's dead. It's a free dragon now. And a blue buff. So, well done by TGG.
Still 4,000 gold in favor of... let's see how much it is at the dragon. 3,000. 3,000 gold in favor of INT, which is amazing because that's almost the highest gold lead we've seen throughout this entire series.
Yeah.
And this is the most competitive game that we've had so far.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances there. It's sort of a mini throw, we'll say. It's a toss. CDN taking a little bit of damage. Not going to eat the second part of the laser. Hopefully something can be done soon. There's the potential for actually taking the Baron for both teams this time instead of impotently smacking it with Misfortune autos. CDN trying to go in here. Misses the charm. Dashes out of the gravity field. But Cardonos is going to get caught out by Joan. CDN going to try and save him.
No real damage dealers on either side present in that little skirmish there, though, so no one's going to end up going down.
Yeah.
Though Joe does have his Titanic Hydra now, so he should be starting to deal a fair bit of damage. He does need to complete his Cinderhawk first, though.
Yeah, that would help. He has no resist at this point, which isn't always a bad thing, but generally it can be.
And that Cinderhawk is just synergizes so well with Titanic Hydra, so you want to make sure that you do get both of those.
Yeah. Much, well, for the most part, more useful than Warrior Titanic. I'm sure there are exceptions, but for Rek'Sai, who doesn't really need the pen because isn't an assassin, Cinderhawk is usually the better choice. Sometimes you can see Warrior into full tank, ignoring the Titanic Hydra. But
the only person that I could realistically see go Warrior into Titanic would be Graves, but he can't even do that because he's ranged. So...
Well, Jarvan, I've seen it a few times on, but...
That's true. But
Jarvan's also never played, so...
Yeah. Jarvan will work better with Ravenous because you normally will have another tank besides him, and then he just goes Warrior Ravenous and gets the AoE ultimate off for the damage. So, going
I miss when Lethality had first come out, and I played Assassin Jarvan jungle. I was inspired by Insec, who built... It was like Warrior Duskblade into another pen item into Ravenous Hydra. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Was that a blue steal from Jeremy?
Well, yes.
Nash is taking some damage here. The shield's about to drop. But it's just a little bit of impotent smacking there. Oh, Chain of Corruption going down on the Cardonos. Cardonos might be taken out here. Has to flash away, but still dies. Chain of Corruption lands on a Rookie Jungler as well from the spread. And that's 2 down for nothing. This should translate into a push, but are they going for Baron?
It could be. This is a strong... This is a strong team fighting comp from TGG here, which is the first we've seen in this series from them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited about that.
This Baron call is going to bite them in the rear right now. Daisy doing a little bit of knocking up in the back line. Root Caller onto DD Roamer. DD Roamer might die to Winds of War, but Best Nass is engaging in. Ship going to get a 2-man taunt. CDN is getting pretty low here in the back line. Joe... The entire team of TGG is fairly low. So they can't really make a fight out of this. And Shannon Slayer are going to go wide, but now they've stopped the Baron. That call was just so ambitious.
I wonder if that was supposed to be a bait to try and get the rest of INT to show up so that they could ace them and then take the Baron. But it was not executed properly, whether it was a bait or an actual Baron call.
Yeah, I mean it was started, so there's problem one for the most part. It's too early. I think it's too early in the game with these level of defenses to be able to bait without losing your health.
I agree.
Substantially. Jeremy being a little deep in enemy territory again. Hopefully he doesn't get caught out this time. Still about a 3k gold lead on the side of Team INT compared to the Goldendoodle gang, which is always so hard to say.
Yeah, it's a little weird considering they have Goldendoodle has both dragons. I guess they are losing as far as towers go, so that might contribute to the gold lead that INT has.
Yeah.
They actually don't have any towers right now, which is fairly distressing.
And they're not significantly losing in farm or anything either, so I think it's mostly just the towers and the first tower gold and the first blood, I believe.
Yeah, that, and there is a 20 farm advantage in favor of Joe over Jeremy right now.
True.
So nothing too major though.
Not a whole lot happening right now. They're just kind of doing the ARAM strat again. I was hoping they'd adjust their side lane control. It looks like INT is trying to, but they don't have anyone in the bot lane. Again, they don't have a good 1-3-1 comp, and they don't seem necessarily comfortable executing the 4-1. Or rather, it doesn't seem to be effective. I don't know if it's a comfort thing or even the fact that the strategy doesn't work all that well, but...
Now, INT actually has a fairly decent team comp for a 1-3-1 now. So I wonder if they'll go for that.
Who would they send bot? Ari?
They would send Ari bot simply because she has enough mobility to escape if anyone tries to come and gank her.
Mm-hmm.
And also because they don't necessarily need her damage, with Cardonos being a Karma who already has a fair bit of magic damage.
Right. Oh, CDN getting caught out by the Chain of Corruption. Going to jump into the Varus, but going to be taken out immediately. This mid tower is going to go down, it looks like, for INT while they take the Dragon. Not a trade I would say is very good, but, you know, it could happen. Ooh, Smite coming out a little bit early, but it doesn't matter. Rookie Jungler got it. Best Nasus getting chunked out a little bit slowly by Rookie Jungler. Depth Charge coming out onto Jungler. Gonna land and knock up Jeremy as well. Jeremy getting the Root Collar onto Best Nasus. Joe trying to go in with the knock-up, and Tidal Wave is barely gonna miss Rookie Jungler. Redemption coming out. Jeremy is incredibly low, and as is Daisy. Daisy gonna get taken out. Chaos Storm going on to 3 members, but no kills coming out for either side. CDN died at some point, but...
Yeah, he died in the beginning, remember? From the
immediate getting blown up.
Yeah, from the Chains of Corruption in the mid lane.
And that's going to be another Baron call.
This one is slightly better.
Slightly, but they better not start it, because that would be...
I'd like them to bait this one. Set up a murder bush.
They can't now. Hawkeye too strong.
Hawkeye. You know, that's actually the reason that Ashe is banned, particularly in the LCS.
Oh, Ship getting a stun. That was pretty decent.
Anyway, as I was saying, the reason is that specifically against Cloud9, Sneaky in particular has had a lot of value placed on that hawk shot, and it's a very, very strong ability if used intelligently. So good that rookie jungler is able to achieve a bit of that as well.
Right.
It's now exactly a 2,000 gold lead for INT. Gold lead continues to shrink, actually. Someone just flashed. It was Forever Toast.
Why?
He almost got hit by a charm.
Oh. Okay. Makes sense. Charm missing onto DD Roamer. Another ARAM strategy coming out, it looks like. What could they be doing to make this game not sitting around?
They could all rush for Baron.
Would that be smart? I feel like,
No,
just do it.
It would not.
Just do it and force something is my thought. Not
Yeah.
actually do the Baron, but you're not really... I don't know, it doesn't seem as much like fighting against a push as everyone's taking turns wave clearing.
In my defense, you did ask, how could we get this game to be more exciting?
That's
Not
true.
How can they win this game?
Tidal Wave coming
win?
out. Jungler going to have to flash away and use QSS. Turning on, but Ship canceled the TP. That's not good. Oh, he got it. He got it interrupted by the Nautilus. Rookie Jungler going to use the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and it's going to go wide. Team INT on the back foot now. Redemption coming out. Rookie Jungler getting a little bit more health. Meanwhile, Ship versus Nasus is a really boring fight.
Chip wants to rejoin his team, but Nasus is trying to keep him off of that. Is there going to be a fight?
Maybe.
See, really, though, INT wants to 1-3-1. They should be 1-3-1-ing right now. Whereas the Goldendoodle should be wanting to get these team fights because they actually have a very strong
Oh,
team
Toast
fight
getting
now.
blown up there. Heal and Ignite going down onto him. Going to kind of cancel each other out. Toast getting really low. Redemption going to come up and bring him back to an okay level. About below a third right now. Cardonos eating some damage on the side. It was a good initiation. Because it's going to force Toast to back, so maybe they can get something off of this finally, but I don't think they will.
There are no minions here right now, and the minion wave is pretty far away. That's a very well-placed bush, though.
Root Caller going to land onto DD Roamer. Nothing going to come of it. Toast is pushing out the top lanes. They might be able to get this tower. Charm going down onto Nasus, but not going to matter. Alright.
Yep, nothing happened.
That happened. Blue buff going over to Carpe Diem Nath. 2k gold lead seems to be the norm for this entire game. Team INT still holding on to it, just barely. Victor going for a very burst-heavy build with the Lichbane Rabadon's nothing else, other than upgrading his passive item.
Ugh, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. I'm starting to see double because I'm getting so hungry.
I just want to go get a sub.
Pasta. Come on, just kill people. Kill them. Slay them all.
Are they going to go for Baron? Please? Please?
Maybe.
Dragon's coming up in 25 seconds, so there might be some action finally forced there. I mean, there's a lot of things that both teams can contest right now. It's just they're not. 2 buffs are up. Can fight over that. Another buff is coming up. Dragon's coming up. We're going to see maybe a little bit of action coming out.
It's a Cloud Drake.
Hooray, they can run around in place faster.
Come on, guys. You're gold plat. You're not.
You can do this. I believe in you.
This is not ARAM.
Find the objectives you want and take them. If you can't take them, find a way
hard.
to. Korean advice, I guess. Push out that top wave a little bit. Then rotate bot for Dragon.
Actually, that top wave, at least for Doodle, they want to leave that exactly where it is because that will build up to a super wave. But Ship recognizes that. That's why he's going to clear it. He shouldn't want to clear all of this, though, because if he clears about 3/4 of this and then lets the minions take the rest, he will build up a super wave of his own. But it looks like he is just going to push the wave in completely.
About 20 seconds left on his TP. Toast is going to answer, but the problem is Toast doesn't have TP. So if a fight breaks out around Dragon... Oh, Enchanted Crystal Arrow going down onto Adra, but Cardonos missing the Q and hitting a minion with it. Adra's going to go down to CDN, and DD Roamer getting a little bit low himself, using the ultimate again to try and get more damage. Almost kills Roamer. So CDN might be able to take the tower. Charm going down onto Best Nasus, and we're back to doing nothing. 2 dragons to 2. The gold lead has ballooned to an impressive 2.5k now. So,
I'm about 2.5 seconds behind you. And it's
Toast getting blown up immediately. Ship trying to get the taunt, but not able to get it off. The snare almost going down from Cardonos, but that's going to be the mid-outer finally going down for INT. Cardonos not able to do much right now. Best Nasus taking a lot of damage. The taunt going to land onto 2, but they're just focusing on the tower at this point. Bubble going to land onto 2. CDN's really squishy, so needs to be careful right now. And Best Nasus is possibly going to go down to the Ignite. One more tick. Yeah! CDN gets the kill. Meanwhile, they lost their bot tower for Team INT, so that's unfortunate. They're going to try and rotate onto Baron here. Joe is able to theoretically steal it, but his only teammates are the support and AD carries. There's not a whole lot they can do.
Yeah, he is going to go back here. Like I said, I am a little bit behind, but this is very, very well set up for INT. That was a good flank by Ship there. Channeling Game 1 Jeremy there to get a nice little engage.
CDN playing bodyguard for Baron. I think that's the proper thing to do here. They don't need his damage. They just need his presence in the area. So if you can make sure no one can get in, that's good enough. Gonna try and push out this wave a little bit, and then looks like going to back. And was backing the right thing to do there? Because it was at worst for them a 5v4 if TGG had tried to fight. The Baron debuff probably would have fallen off by the time the fight had started, and you have the Baron buff. I mean, you're golden.
That's true. However, the waves were pushing towards 2 of the inner towers for INT, so I imagine they wanted to clear the waves before they did anything else, so they can start pushing with the Baron. Because the waves would not have cleared themselves if they had fought there.
Right. Knight's Vow coming out for Jeremy. That's an interesting pickup. Going to be helpful for Rookie against the damage of Citizen, but, well, also against Joe, I suppose. And everyone, theoretically, but it also gives armor, which is what I was focusing on.
Yeah, I think that the more important part of Knight's Vow is going to be the what's the word I'm looking for? Is going to be the passive.
Yeah.
Because that passive can be so very useful, though I'm not sold on it on Ivern simply because he does not have a large health pool, which normally is one of the requirements for well use of the Knight's Vow. But it's definitely possible. 3 in the top lane right now.
There should be a tower going down. TGG is rotating up, but it might not be in time if Rookie can get some autos onto this tower. So far, not able to. Gravity Field going out. Daisy is just frontlining for the entire team. Rather successfully. Not dying yet, either. Now she's going to die. But able to get that tower. Something. No, don't back. Why are you backing?
Keep pushing.
There's...
Got a 7,000 gold lead now.
I think that no matter what item breakpoint you have, unless you're literally buying a full eye edge from nothing, does not justify backing in that position. Because you're not low on health, you're not low on mana. I don't even think he was out of trinket charges. He had the QSS, he had the Bork, he had the Runins. He had some part of what else he has. Oh, CDN going in. Citizen might be the first one to fall. Uses the QSS, Locket coming out, and Ship interrupts the TP from Best Nasus. And it looks like the fight is dissipated from here.
Oh my goodness!
Justice Punch! Best Nasus is trapped under tower!
It's gonna try and stop him, but it can't!
The tower's dead!
Gonna go down!
This is what happens when you have casters casting for 3.5 hours. We lose our minds. It's like feeding those things after midnight. You just don't want to do it. I forget what they're called. Gremlins, I think?
Gremlins, yeah.
I never saw Gremlins.
They're Goonies. Maybe they're Goonies, I don't know.
No, the Goonies was like the kids, and there was a fat one, and Truffle Shuffle, I think.
Yeah. What was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou then?
Oh.
Was that the one with the... No, that was the 2 Southern guys that were chained together, and they went through a bunch of things trying to get unchained. because they escaped from prison. Then what was Stand By Me was the one with William Shatner as a kid. That's right. Okay.
I thought
now.
William Shatner was just born overweight and gray-haired. And
What? You've never seen the original Star Trek?
no, but he was overweight in the screen caps I've seen.
No, he was pretty good looking in the original Star Trek. Spock was better looking, but that goes
Leonard
without saying.
Nimoy has the greatest voice.
Yes, he does.
I
Rest
just
in
love.
peace.
I love the Civilization 4. Just playing it and getting the research and hearing him read it.
Yeah, it's good.
So nice.
It's good stuff. That's the only reason I still play Star Trek Online.
I didn't realize
he
that
did
was
the
a thing.
voiceovers for that too.
Elder Drake possibly going to go down here for Team Int. They have enough damage from Rookie Jungler, so actually it's kind of going slow. It
Yeah, they
shouldn't
do
be a
have 2
problem.
dragons.
Alright, it's not going to be a problem. No worries.
Yeah,
We'll have
it'll
to force a
eventually
fight
go.
off this somehow. If I knew more about Star Trek, I could make a clever segue and say, just how Kirk had to force a fight with X, and then we could go back to talking about that while there's nothing going on in the game. But instead, I'm going to draw attention to the fact that I don't know about Star Trek to keep the conversation flowing. It's very effective because it sounds like I'm saying things that make sense, but I'm really just trying to cover up the fact that I don't know anything about pop culture.
Well, here, I can tell you this. Much like the original Star Trek series, nothing is happening.
There we go. We've got it. And Forever Toast almost dies, and he does go down. Great combo from CDN. Helping us get to eat today. We don't
And
get
much
paid
like the
for learning
newer Star Trek-
fives, but we do get
Yes.
paid when the series ends so that we can eat dinner.
Yes. And
So
much
that's-
like the newer Star Trek, that guy ended up dead, confused, and not really sure what's going on.
Exactly. And with a lot of lens flare. Oh,
Yes.
Citizen getting chunked out there. Locket going to go down. Daisy getting chunked out a little bit. This is probably going to be game pretty soon here. Citizen is getting stuck in the winds of war. Oh no. Best Nasus is pretty low here. The taunt goes down onto 2. Best Nasus flashing back into base. DD Roamer getting taken out there. Joe and Nasus are forced out. And it looks like this is going to be the 3rd game for Team Int. Best Nasus doing his best to save it. Dredgeline going out and getting a 5-man stun, but it's not going to matter. Joe unable to save it. It looks like Rookie might even be able to take him out. No! Oh, I thought the fountain laser was going to kill him. That would have been so sad. Mastery Flash going down. And after an
Forever
incredibly
Toast is
long
up,
set of
but-
finals. No! Don't die! Finish the Nexus! Hey! Team Int
Yes!
takes it 2-1 over TGG in the EU Tournament Finals for April to May 2017. Learning 5s. Arsenal 3.
Obviously, the MVP for that series was Ship. Just really, really well played from him throughout all 3 games.
Yeah.
Even the game that they lost, he played very, very well. And I gotta say, he was definitely the MVP. Now that I've said that, can we please go eat now?
I'm very hungry. This was a beautiful series. I'm Nibiria. I was joined here by Can Opener Dude. If you want to
hello.
see more games, we have the Coach show match, I believe, tonight. And there's a second NA Finals coming up at an undetermined date. But if you're not sure if I'm right, because I'm not, you can follow the Twitch page, you can follow the Discord, which is in the description, and you can follow the Twitter. We hope you enjoyed the games today, and from both of us, have a wonderful night, and please remember to eat dinner.